Alrighty, hello everyone, my name's Caden, and welcome back to more, Danganronpa, Trigger Happy Havoc. Last time, we solved the case of who killed Sakura, got horribly depressed by it, but thankfully everyone should be on good terms in terms of not murdering each other now. Hopefully, considering the fact that, well, there's not really many of us left, but the biggest thing is that we now know the name of the 16th student. The missing 16th student. Whose name has already been forgotten in my mind for some reason. Great. Does it say it in the report card? Something Ikuro or something? Anyways, the point is, they're the ultimate despair, apparently, and they're dangerous. So, gonna have to be careful for that. This time, well, we also have news that in a few days a body's gonna appear, so that's great. But for now, we have free time until that happens, so who do we want to hang out with? What about Hagakure? Yeah, why not? Hagakure. Hagakure, do I even have anything you'd like? I have no idea what you would even like, Hagakure. Oh, you might like this. Yeah, we'll give you the sacred tree sapling.
Oh,
Monkuma seems like super advanced, right? I think maybe we've been caught in the middle of something terrible. A global revolution by the ancient civilizations that we ruined. Their alien technology will destroy us. Or maybe not. I don't know.
Hero, let's talk about some weird alien stuff.
You want to hang out with me?
It's not like
Well
some
then,
occult mystery.
have I got a story for you. My research revealed a surprising connection between Tokyo Tower and the lost Lumerian civilization.
Hero spent a lot of time talking about stuff that didn't make any sense to me. Thank you, Hero. Here and I grew closer. Yes. I would like it to giveth the Sacred Tree Spring.
Such mysterious power! This is a true blue Umart! Cool! The dawn of a new era draws near!
Seeing Hero so pleased with him makes me happy.
Yo.
Hey, Makoto! What's up, my brother and fellow mother lover? Let's raise our siblings up right, okay?
Stop talking about that, please.
Oh,
So, you ready for the next round?
Never. Actually, how do you do your fortune telling anyway? I saw you doing palm readings and stuff, and you don't use any tools or anything.
Oh, I didn't know you knew about the divination tools. Sounds like you know your way around the spirit world.
I'm not sure you need to know that much to know about those kind of tools.
Yo.
Now that I know you're an expert, I have another question for you. Oh, a correct answer gets you another discount.
No thanks.
Could it be?
There are 22 cards known as the Major Arcana, and 56 cards known as the Minor Arcana. Generally, the cards from the Major Arcana are used for divination. Do you know what I'm talking about?
The Major and Minor Arcana, and the Major Arcana are used to tell the future. That must be Tarot. I know, you're talking about tarot cards. I've played enough games with these, with tarot cards involved in them somehow. Oh, and I'm not just talking Persona.
Oh, gloriously correct! I will now tell your fortune for a measly 600 bones!
Wow, really? It's something I'd never say. I've had enough fortune telling for one lifetime.
I see. Well, if you ever change your mind, you know where to find me.
Sure thing. Anyway, getting back to what I asked you about before. If you don't use any tools or whatever, how do you do your fortune telling?
Don't be
Well, don't be
mean.
fooled. I have my own techniques. For example, I employ numerology.
Numerology?
Yo.
It uses a mathematical formula to predict the future based on birth dates, letter numbering, all that.
But I didn't see you doing anything like that earlier.
Well, it's more of an inspirational style of fortune telling. Some kind of unknown power just acts through you, and suddenly, bam, you've got the info.
You're talking about intuition.
How about
Don't
that?
try and describe it using such a cheesy word.
But if it's not intuition, then it's gotta be some kind of supernatural power.
It's not like
Don't
some
compare my
occult
clairvoyance with
mystery.
some occult bullcrap. I hate the occult. Take that crap somewhere else.
You hate the occult?
Well,
Yep. Now here's some good news. Act now, and I'll throw in an extra bonus on your reading. I used white magic to record a CD of spirit messages I received from the luxury suite of heaven. 5 seconds of this, baby, and you'll be witnessing miracles and communing with angels for days.
And you said you hate the occult?
Hey, business is business.
The more I talk to him, the less I understand. Thank you, Hero. More skill points. Shrug off Hero's sales pitch and head back to my room for a while. Thanks, Hero. It is daytime still. I feel even worse than I did this morning. My body feels like lead and now I'm getting chills. This is bad. I think I might be getting sick. Ugh, free time. Let's see. I could just keep hanging out with Hagakure. Yeah, why not? I haven't maxed out any art characters and I have no idea who's going to live, and Hagakure might be the next to die, I feel. I'm simply basing this off the fact that I'm like, he's like the most chill person here, the most lax, and I feel like he might just die because why not at this point? Hagakure was in the kitchen, right? I'm actually surprised I properly remembered that, to be honest with you.
What the heck?
Certain organizations behind all this. I'm finally sure of it. But I can't say their name because as soon as you do, they come and get rid of you. Kurt Cobain said their name. John Lennon said their name. They're bad. So bad. Really, really bad.
Should I spend some time while he's in this kind of mood?
Well,
Then why don't we have a heated discussion about cosmogony?
I learned all about Hero's theories on the origin of the universe. Thank you, Hero. I think I can just give you the same gift and you'll probably be happy, right?
Sin, I can have this? All of a sudden, I feel invigorated.
well,
Hey, Makoto, are you familiar with Kamada? It's a tiny little suburb in Tokyo, right?
Yeah, I've heard of it. What about it?
Well, don't tell anyone I told you this, but they appear there.
Huh? What is...
Umas!
Umas are, I think... spaceships? You mean spaceships?
I'm right.
No,
right?
those are UFOs, you dingus. Uma's basically an animal version of that. I shouldn't have to tell you any more than that, right?
Umas are... cryptids? You're talking about cryptids, right? Unidentified mysterious animals. Oh.
You know?
You got it. And it just so happens they've been appearing in little old Kamada.
What kind of cryptids, if I might ask?
How about
The
that?
terrifying skyfish! In the West, they're usually called rods. They can fly, and they have that thin body and a big wide fin. They can move their fins in a wave pattern, which lets them move faster than the naked eye can see.
So how are people seeing them?
Could it be?
You ever heard of the Animalocaris? Some people think that's what the skyfish evolved from. And some others think that they're an artificial life form, a genetically engineered military superweapon. Isn't that scary as hell?
But what would they be doing in Tokyo, and in Kamada no less?
Nobody knows, but I think they're dangerous. You know how close Kamada is to the Haneda airport, right? I don't want to wait till it's too late. I've been thinking I should call the airlines. They need to know that there's a way to get rid of those damn skyfish, and I know what it is. As long as they can pay my fee, I can keep things safe for them. That's what I'm going to tell them.
I wouldn't do that if I were you. I see a lot of jail time in your future if you do. Plus, isn't that like super occult? I just don't understand. More skill points. Does that... You're still not maxed out. Alright, nighttime. Spooky music. I'm getting the chills. Feel kinda dizzy. Can't help it. I need sleep. Nighttime wasn't for a while, but I felt like my body had reached its limit. As I dropped into my bed, I felt like I was falling into a bottomless pit. I was unconscious before my head hit the pillow. Well, that's not quite true. I didn't pass out completely. It was more like my consciousness went dim. I weaved back and forth between sleep and wakefulness. Which is all to say... I was restless. future games that you can tell how close you are to max summon out, and they all have the same amount of events. Okay, that's at least nice to look forward to. At some point, I found myself wandering through a strange dream. And within the dream, a voice echoed across the walls of my mind.
I understand.
That voice, it's so familiar. It's
I understand.
It's me.
I understand.
Excuse me?
I should understand everything.
Hello, me.
My goal isn't to get out of here. It's to stay here.
Me, what are you saying? Huh? What am I trying to say?
Hope. This is all for hope. And that's why I have to stay. I have to stay here.
Help. Ah! Help.
My dream just now. What? So strange. Huh?
Ah! Ah! Ah!
Ah!
Ah! Kyoko!
Kyoko? What the?
What's happening?
What did you say?
Help! Hi, Monokuma Theater. Alright, what do we got added this time? Bird!
Every day is peaceful. Every day is joyful. Happy days from the time you wake up to the time you go to sleep. Wishing for only for those unchanging, unending happy days, days of boredom repeating forever and ever. Nor abnormalities as far as the eye can see. Life without the tiniest speck of abnormality.
If the world were like that, I'd consider that pretty damn abnormal.
Sure. Anyways, going back to that scene of whoever that was with the knife, that was the person that was dead. And that was claimed to be dead at the chapter start. What do you want, Monokuma?
Good morning, get ready.
Thank you. I should check if that Bowie knife's still there. It took longer than usual for me to open my eyes. I let out a deep sigh to bring myself up to the rest of the way. The chills, the aches, the unfathomable lethargy. They had all disappeared in the night. All that was left was me, drenched in sweat. It wasn't just because of whatever bug I'd caught either. It was also the dream I'd had. What the hell was that? I mean, was it even really a dream? I was desperate to recall it. I scrambled to grab onto fragments of the dream and reel them up from the depths of my memory. That's right. I remember last night. I came down with a fever, and I couldn't quite get to sleep. And I heard a voice. I didn't really understand. And then... Also slept fully clothed like that. I was about to say, you wearing your jacket? I like my jackets too, but maybe not when I'm asleep. All of a sudden, I was awake. And there was a strange person standing next to my bed wearing a mask. Yeah, that's the person that ends up dead, like according to the chapter start. And they were holding a knife. The Bowie knife. I want to say I fought them off, but I don't actually remember. I felt like my mind had been detached from my body, burning up with fever. I was somewhere far away, watching my body move on its own. And because of that, I don't remember what really happened. But still, I feel like I resisted them desperately, feverishly. After that, things go black again. The next thing I remember... Kyoko was there. But what had she been doing in my room? What a strange dream. No, was it really a dream? How can I possibly find out either way? Well, there's one easy way. I opened the desk drawer and... Yep, I was worried about that. Guys! It's empty. There's nothing inside. Wait, nothing inside. That's... strange. Because it definitely wasn't before. I'm positive I put the knife I got from Toko in there. Wait, that means... that actually happened. The knife they told me to keep safe. I knew it. I just had a feeling. It wasn't a dream after all. But if that's true, this all makes even less sense. Yeah, why didn't they just kill me? And why did Kyoko appear? I bet someone would have wanted to attack me. And who was that behind the mask? And why was Kyoko... what the hell's going on? Well, I don't think I'm gonna figure it out on my own. I should head to the dining hall. Then I can talk to everyone else about it. Guys! The knife's stolen! Guys! Knife missing! Help! Asahina!
Hey, Makoto.
Yep, that's Mako. Sure as the sky's blue.
Hey, Hina. Hina.
You really had me worried, you know? What happened to you last night?
Worried?
Cause, I
Yeah,
mean,
right after nighttime hit, we all went to get you. We were hammering away at your doorbell, but you never answered. We thought maybe you'd been, you know... I mean, not that actually happened. I mean, nobody here would want to, you know... So anyway, what were you doing?
I didn't feel good, so I went right to bed. I had no idea you guys even showed up. But why'd you come to get me? Did something happen?
Well, lots of stuff, actually. I'm not sure I can really explain.
okay.
Let's go meet up with everyone else, and they can tell you all about it.
So is everyone waiting somewhere else or what's something?
That's right.
Oh yeah, we all stayed up through the whole night.
Whole night?
I lost that rock, paper, scissors, so I had to come get breakfast for everyone.
Okay.
So you got here just in time. Come on, help me carry it.
Okay, sure.
Everyone's in the gym. Hurry up, I'll meet you there.
The gym? Why is everyone in the gym? And the entire night? Alright, this is weird already. What happened? Guys? I saw something very strange on the ground for a second. What was that? I don't know what I saw. I thought it was like Monokuma, but I don't know. I thought I saw something.
Ah, there he is.
Huh?
This is
Oh,
supposed
hey,
to mean like
Makoto.
your own your wedding. The birth of your son and your own funeral, all at once.
What?
Jeez, to show up now, like it's no big deal.
You made us stay all night while you slept like a baby in your bed.
Just like Hina said, everyone was there, besides Kyoko. And then I noticed they formed a circle around something. As soon as I saw what that something was... What the... Before I could catch myself, I cried out. It was a Monokuma thing! The sprout in front of them were the remains of Monokuma. Monokuma!
What are you doing?
Guys!
What does it look like? We're dismantling it to see what makes it tick.
How did you guys get your hands on this?
Dismantling? But I mean, that's Monokuma you're messing with, right?
Yeah, that's right.
How did you do this?
She's not even phased.
Guys! Relax, there's no danger. You say that, but what is this? What are you guys doing? Looks like it's been professionally dismantled. How is that possible? Tearing apart something like that, tearing apart something like that isn't dangerous? Akure, seriously, what are you thinking? How can you say tearing apart something like that isn't dangerous?
Hey,
Well,
come on.
I guess I'll handle this. I'll explain what's going on, Mako, because that's how much I like you. Byakuya found this little fellow laying around, and then we tore it apart.
So you just found Monokuma lying on the ground? That doesn't explain anything.
What?
Just before we went to bed last night, I came to the gym to try and talk to Monokuma. I wanted to see if he had any new information about Kyoko's disappearance. And I found him here, just like normal. However, when I found him, he was no more than a regular toy. He didn't react, didn't say a word. You're saying he wasn't moving at all? I waited until nighttime officially began, but still, Monokuma laid there motionless. I gathered everyone up as quickly as possible so they could take a look. Even then, he still didn't make a move. So I immediately initiated the disassembly process.
It was the master's stroke of genius. A chance to find out what made Monokuma tick.
One thing we discovered is that he's quite a sophisticated machine. It's leagues beyond any normal remote-controlled toy. Who has enough free time to invest in something like that anyway? But besides that, what I'm wondering is, why did he stop moving at all of a sudden? I thought maybe he'd malfunctioned, but we didn't find any cause as we were taking him apart. So if he didn't break down,
So in other
then maybe
words,
something happened to his puppeteer, the mastermind. Something unexpected. I can't imagine any other possibility. Something unexpected.
They were probably so scared of masters, so they ran away in terror.
Could it
Or maybe they got
be-
sick or something?
But Monokuma made his announcement this morning, right? But who was that if not the mastermind? Oh, I'm sure that's a recording. It's set to a timer and plays as necessary.
That's true. He says the exact same thing every day, right?
Hey guys, I don't think now's a good time for a light conversation.
you know?
I found something. What is it?
Oh, that's just a bomb, Hagakure. Throw it! It's
Is what?
a bomb. There's one installed in every Monokuma robot, I'm sure.
That's super bad. We need to get rid of it.
Roger that!
It appears the bomb has a motion sensor. Any sudden movements and it's sure to go off.
Motion sensor? We're serious? I'm starting to get all shaky.
Just a
Hey,
second.
get together. You're a man, aren't you?
I'm fine. I'm totally fine.
You're so not fine. You're all...
Oh, I probably should have mentioned, the motion sensor is off right now.
Jeez, don't scare me like that.
God, you're like the world's most spineless worm of the century.
Don't be mean.
Hey, come on. This century's just getting started. Don't call it race already.
Whatever, just hurry up and put the bomb down. Hanging on to it's not gonna do anyone any good.
Oh, yeah, good call.
Well,
Okay, it's down. Everything's all good.
Hiro put the bomb down, but that wasn't my main concern at that point. My eyes were glued on Monokuma's remains. He just stopped moving all of a sudden. Was it really because something had happened to the mastermind that they weren't expecting? What could it have been? When I thought about it... I couldn't help but think back to the night before. Being attacked by that masked figure.
Just a second.
Hey, Makoto?
Huh?
hey.
Don't us. Did you hear a thing we just said?
Huh?
So that's a no. What are you, some kind of brain-dead farm animal?
Sorry.
We were saying, since we're done dismantling Monokuma, what should we do now?
Why are you asking me this? And we've decided to continue our offensive assault.
It's all
To
clear
try
now.
to uncover the mastermind's true identity, we're going to break into the headmaster's room. Really?
Naturally.
Since the mastermind appears to have stopped all activity, now's our chance. Wouldn't you agree? But if the mastermind comes back while we're in there,
What?
if you're scared, you're welcome to stay here by yourself.
Or go live in the chicken coop with all the other chickens. You can be chicken number 6.
Such
This is a
ignorance.
battle, a fight to the death between us and the mastermind. We don't have time to deliberate.
But
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to have to kill each other or anyone else, but we have a chance now.
Come on.
So, what are you going to do? Are you going to run away, or are you going to fight? You're right. I'll go with you.
It's all clear.
Okay then, we're going to break into the headmaster's room. Everything comes down to this moment. Anything can happen, so prepare yourselves.
I'll follow you anywhere, Master. To the ends of the earth. Sakura, if you can hear me, lend me your strength.
How about
I
that?
can do this. I'm a man. And I can do this. I've got the will of the entire universe on my side.
We each found determination in our own ways, and when we were ready, we left the gym. Our target was the headmaster's room on the 4th floor of the school. Here we go.
Master's the one to show such bravery. Just make sure you don't get in his way.
okay.
Sakura's gonna be watching over us. So we're definitely gonna find something to help us bring an end to this. Troller died. Hang on.
Come on, reconnect. It's getting very touchy lately.
We finally reached the climax. So let's hurry up and finish it before the mastermind catches us all.
Let's go.
This is where we expose every last detail of the mastermind. Is everyone ready? Shall we? It's locked, as expected. So what are you gonna do?
What?
Isn't it obvious? We're going to tear this door off its hinges.
Wait, but the rules say...
We've seen that the mastermind isn't watching us. There's no matter anymore.
But
Like Mako said, the mastermind did show up while we were in there.
So in other
Then we'll just have to
words-
finish our business before that can happen.
Okay, sure, but
What?
We've come this far. We can't back down now. We agreed this is what we have to do, so we have to do it.
So beautiful.
I mean,
for serious?
We don't have any choice. We're desperate.
Okay.
Let's do it. Let's rip this door down.
actually,
Okay, but how are we gonna do that? This thing looks pretty sturdy.
Then we'll need something sturdy of our own. Oh, what about the one thing? The thing in the tool shed.
Oh, so
Oh
then-
yeah, the pickaxe!
I see.
Interesting. That could very well be exactly what we need. Now then, Dogo, what time is it?
Well, when we left the gym, it was just before 9 o'clock, so it's probably 9 on the dot now.
It's all clear
Okay,
now.
go get the pickaxe and be back here by 9:01.
That's straight up unreasonable.
By myself?
Naturally.
Surely you like to have your me time once in a while, right?
Well, if it's me and you, Time Master, then yeah.
What?
You know how much time it took you to say that? 10 seconds. Take too long, and I'll erase your existence from my consciousness. Bye-bye. With that, Togo ran off, loud as a herd of rabid elephants.
Hey,
For serious though, are we just gonna knock this door down?
No problem is solved by running away. Find your stones and be a man. He's right. You can't move forward by always avoiding danger.
If you spend all your time trying to avoid danger, you'll never move forward.
What happened to Kyoko?
We know the danger, but if that risk means solving the mystery, we have no choice.
Hey,
Am I wrong?
Even if it's dangerous, we have to overcome the challenges in front of us.
Maybe, but I'm still super stressed. I'm so tense I can hardly talk. I'm all flub. No, I'm totally flabstaff.
No.
Bros, where'd that come from? Wait, Genocide Jill, where'd you come from?
Oh god, you saw blood.
You called for me.
Hello. It's the one diverse murderous fiend here to greet you with a razor-sharp smile.
Come on.
What about the pickaxe? Where is it?
I was supposed to pick an axe.
No, you seeping imbecile. The pickaxe.
Seeming imbecile. Oh, master your wounds. You woo me with your executive level barbs. Here comes the bloody nose. Seriously though, did you really forget about the pickaxe?
give it a rest.
Omega-3 fatty acids, that what you need. Great for the old memory factory.
But I think we already established that their memory doesn't carry over when they switch.
Not possible.
This is a level of uselessness I find difficult to tolerate.
How the light bulb just went off.
I see.
That's why I went to the garden, right? I was supposed to get the pickaxe. Alright, we solved one mystery. That means there's just one more mystery left.
One more mystery?
Yep, now I just need to figure out who the
At certain
identity of
age.
Object X.
So,
Now what are you talking about?
Did you already forget what we were talking about? You're like missing out on life.
You've gotta be
I'm not missing out on life. In fact, I found one in the garden.
Oh, what'd you find?
Corpse. Did you hear me? I said corpse.
A corpse?
Yep.
That's right. I found a corpse in the garden.
You found a corpse in the garden.
What did you say?
Then, before we enter the headmaster's room, it appears we have something else to look into.
Come on.
We're going into the garden. Okay. Oh, God. As soon as we entered the garden, I saw it. I didn't want to, but... It was the person that was in the room. But who is this? I saw someone laying there on the ground with a mask covering their face. And there was a knife. buried in their stomach up to the hilt. What the?
Are they really dead?
For sure, but
Who is it? It's not Kyoko. The 100-mile dash. Pain of a junk food junkie. Deadly life. So who is this? Just to make things clear. Last night, I was attacked by someone wearing a mask. And whoever that was, now they're... I don't know why, but now they're laying dead in front of me. Who is this?
I told you, there's a corpse hanging out here.
No way!
Are they really dead? Is this really a dead body?
What?
You need to begin looking around right away. Hey, however, be ever so careful. There's no telling what you might find. Why am I in charge, Byakuya? Also, why are you hiding behind Hagakure? I see you back there. Get over here.
Why?
Who is this? How'd they wind up dead here? We can't move forward until we figure that out. You know, another thing? Actually, this actually gives credence to our theory that our thought of the mastermind's not currently like watching us right now, because the body announcement discovery thing has not happened yet. More than 3 people are here now to, unless you're saying like all of us are the culprit to killing this person.
what's this body doing here? I mean, who is it?
Yep.
Just throw it in the lost and found. Even a dead body finds way home that way. What's going on? Who is that?
Let's find out. We need to find out who this actually is. But there's no way to tell with the mask covering their face like that. And the white coat they're wearing makes it impossible to tell anything about the body itself. The victim is a total mystery. One thing I do know is that whoever this is, they attacked me last night in my room. Why? How did they wind up dead in here? Their heart isn't beating. They're not breathing. All signs of life have come to a complete stop. Thanks to the knife that's been driven into their stomach, their clothes are stained a bright red. It appears the bleeding has stopped, but the blood that's there is still wet. Be careful you don't touch it and get some on you.
How can you be so calm at a time like this? Who is it? Their face and body are all in, so I don't have a clue.
I'm pretty sure it's a girl at least.
Huh? How can you tell?
Well, I think I see the outline of her chest, and just the general shape of the body. Yeah, the more I look at it, the more I'm sure it's a girl.
It can't be Kyoko. Really? Then it could be...
Okay then, let's just tear out the mask clean off.
Come on.
Wait, don't! But by the time he called out, I was too late. Kyoko's hand shot out toward the mask, and in the next instant... Whoa! There was a blinding light and a deafening roar. The body blew up. It blew up. It blew up. Is Toko okay? My vision started to darken. I prepared to pass out. But then...
Come on.
Hurry up! Put out the fire! As my consciousness attempted to float away, that voice reached up and pulled it back down to earth. Someone pressed something into my hands. It was a bucket of water. Come on, dump the water on it! Okay. The upper half of the body was on fire. I took aim and tossed the water as hard as I could. Was it a robot or something? What was that? And what happened to Toko? Goodbye, Toko. Yeah, at this rate. Thankfully, that was enough to put out the fire. It died down, leaving behind only the unpleasant smell of burning. I guess that took care of it. What the hell, man?
It exploded?
What did you say?
I had a bad feeling about that body, but I never would have imagined it would explode. Another body.
What? Spurs are crisp! That's beyond well done, man!
Don't compare it to a steak. I'll never be able to eat steak again.
But now that the body's hurt, I really have no idea. How are we gonna find out who it was? More importantly, what happened to Toko? Who isn't here right now?
What?
If we can say who's not here, then we'll quickly narrow down who it must be.
There's only one person missing.
It's Kyoko.
Kyoko? There's no way that's Kyoko. I refuse to believe it. And that dead body is Kyoko? No, that can't be right. Calm down. I didn't say it was Kyoko.
But
I mean, who else?
It's probably Toko's, considering she's dead now. There is one other person.
In other words,
The mastermind. You really think it's the mastermind?
The mastermind?
what the heck?
Come on, there's no way. The mastermind got charbroiled. Get serious.
I agree. Normally, the idea wouldn't be worth considering. But I have reason to believe it may be true. The mastermind being dead would explain that other matter, wouldn't it? Actually, he's not wrong. It would explain why why Monokuma hasn't been doing anything. Huh. That's right. Monokuma hasn't been doing a single thing lately. No body discovery announcement has happened either, so would they actually be the mastermind? Monokuma can hardly move around if its master is dead, right?
But
But that corpse is a girl, right? It doesn't make any sense.
Wait, do you think it's the 16th?
I mean, remember what Alter Ego said?
So that same person may very well be the mastermind who planned this all out. And according to the files, the headmaster is a man in his late 30s. It seems possible, even likely, that he's somewhere in this school right now.
what the heck?
He said the mastermind is some middle-aged dude, right? Which the corpse obviously isn't. Then could that mean the mastermind isn't the headmaster? Is it the teenage girl Kyoko told me about? Oh!
The ultimate despair?
Huh?
Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student at Hope's Peak.
what?
What are you talking about? The other day, Kyoko confided in me. She said that there was a 16th student here in the school.
What?
I think you better tell us everything you know. Well, all Kyoko told me was...
Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student, lying hidden somewhere in this school. The one they call the ultimate despair. Watch out for her.
It sounds like Kyoko thinks Mukuro Ikusaba is the mastermind. No, the headmaster isn't the mastermind. I'm sure of that. What? I don't have proof yet, but I have no doubt that I'm right.
I see.
There's another student here, and it's a female. That would match the body's characteristics.
So,
And that phrase, the ultimate despair. It sounds super mastermindy, doesn't it?
Could it be?
Okay, so the mastermind is this girl Mukuro, and she's a student here, and she's the ultimate despair? But she's been hiding here in the school like some teenage Bigfoot. How did she wind up burnt to a crisp? What the heck? None of this makes any sense. To just suddenly show up and then die.
I think we better take a closer look at the body. There may be some clues to help us figure out exactly who it is.
Hey, wait.
What?
What?
Are we forgetting something? You know,
Thank you! Toko's been dying!
Oh yeah, she got totally blown up, huh?
Forgot about her. I'm sure the explosion vaporized her. You're not concerned about this in the slightest? Never mind, she's alive. What?
oh, she survived.
Oh, she survived. Gosh, dang it. I thought for once I finally would have my stalker killed. Fine. What just happened? Master?
Stop talking.
You declared for the whole world to hear that you would never never again inhale a single molecule of oxygen.
Nothing. I don't mind breathing in the carbon dioxide you exhale. That's enough for me to live.
This is the strangest back and forth I've ever seen.
Thank you. Can we talk about the knife? Right now I have to focus on the body. That is part of the body! I should take a closer look at the body one more time.
So,
Watch yourself, Mako, but she may be dead, but she's still a girl.
Well, then you check the damn body. Don't worry, I don't plan on touching the body all that much. Not Kyoko, after all. Anyways. What the heck is this? Hold on, there's something on the ground there. There's something next to the body. It's a key? Is it what Kyoko took from Monokuma? But what did you steal?
so
I stole this.
A key? But looking at it, I could tell it wasn't just any key. It was shaped like Monokuma. It was probably the only key of its kind on Earth. That's right, the key she stole was shaped like Monokuma. This isn't anything like that. And this key is...
What?
What is it? Did you find something? Yeah, this was on the ground near her body. I've never seen this key before. What could it possibly go to? So even you don't know then? Makoto, I'm going to give you a very important task. Huh?
I see.
That key might give you access to certain areas we thought were locked. You mean
So in
the
other
biolab,
words,
the data center, the headmaster's room, and the dorm rooms on the second floor. It's in your hands. So I'm your errand boy now? Well, I'm not opposed to actually getting away from a dead body for a little bit. Let's start with the closest one, I would argue, which is the biolab. Let's see if it works here. Let's see. The biolab was definitely locked before. Okay, let's give it a shot. When I went to insert the key I found in the garden into the keyhole, the key isn't even close to fitting, which means the key doesn't go. If I had to take a guess, there's one room I think it probably belongs to, being, let's go ahead and just walk over to the 4th floor. I still wonder, could it really be the mastermind? It would make sense for the fact that Monokuma hasn't been active at all. Oh. So, why? The room that I think it's probably going to be is this room. The door to the data center was definitely locked. I went in to insert the key. Bingo! It fits. And this is the key to the data center. I managed to unlock the data center. I guess all that running around paid off. I have to go tell everyone else. I immediately head back to the garden. Guys! So you back. How'd it go? Found out which room this key goes to. It's the data center, down on the 4th floor.
And we can go into the data center now?
I see.
Interesting. But why did the now deceased have that key on them? I suppose we'll just have to go to the data center and find out. Yeah, I think you're right. Let's move. Here we are. Looks like the door's still unlocked.
Hey, so when you open that door, there's not gonna be another huge kaboom like before, right?
Well, we've discovered that, Toko is immune to explosions, so, Toko, your turn.
You're asking that question now?
Don't worry, we have Makoto. I am not explosive-proof! What?
In other words,
It's in your hands. Again? It means I trust you. That's an absolute lie. I'm just being used. You're explosive immune. You do it.
Master told you he trusts you. Master told you that. Don't let go of your head.
I'm so not happy about any of this. You're immune to explosives. Goodbye, cruel world. Close my eyes. The silent prayer.
Boom!
Nothing happened. After making sure I was still alive, I slowly opened my eyes. What in God's name? What in the hell? In a word, the room was strange. Oh, hello. Look at this. These are all the surveillance cameras. I mean, all the rooms up until now were strange, but this room had a special kind of strangeness. It wasn't a surface fear like the rest of the school. Here, the fear was lurking beneath the surface. The room was filled with that kind of dread.
What? Hey, that's...
Hiro extended a trembling hand and pointed. Look at all those monitors on the wall. Look at what they're showing. It's everything in the school. Each monitor displayed a different section of the school. The dorms, the classrooms. Every part of the school was covered. This is...
what?
It's a direct feed from every single surveillance camera. All the cameras in the school feed back into this room. And I just smashed my controller in my chair again. And they're displayed here on the monitors. There's also a Monokuma door.
So that's
So the sole purpose of this room is to watch us.
To watch us?
And this room is...
it's all
The
clear.
Mastermind's private room, without a doubt. The Mastermind's room, and the fact that they're not here further proves the possibility of that corpse. I guess that makes sense. So the Mastermind was here, watching us. That explains why That explains why Monokuma got real upset when we tried going to the data center then. Because if that door of all doors was opened, then it'd be lights out. It'd be over. We would know who the mastermind is. Then I think this settles it. Huh? The body in the garden. If they had the key to this room, it can only mean one thing. That was the body of Mukuro Ikusawa, and she was the mastermind.
Huh? And the mastermind's dead? Like, really, really dead?
It would seem so. You're serious? That seems a bit too easy, though.
I don't think it...
I don't know. That seems too easy.
It's too bad they had to go and die before Master could kill them himself.
Mastermind is dead. Could that really be true? Does that mean it's all over? Because, I mean, that body... Whatever happened, they obviously didn't die a natural death. So who was it?
But if the mastermind really is dead, that means we can finally get out of this hellhole.
How about
We gotta hurry up and find the exit. Come on.
That's enough.
No, we have to check this area thoroughly first.
Huh? What about the exit?
If the mastermind truly is dead, we can leave whenever we decide to. But right now, we need to find out why the mastermind set up this life or death game in the first place. And I'm bothered by the fact that the mastermind was obviously murdered.
Murdered?
Yeah, do you think Kyoko actually killed the mastermind? I guess it's not impossible. So you think so too? Huh?
Naturally.
Naturally. It was stabbed. The state of the corpse makes it plain as day. There's absolutely no doubt. The mastermind was murdered.
But
Why's it gotta be that way? I mean, who could have even done it?
Such
That's exactly
ignorance.
why I said we need to investigate the purpose and identify the mastermind.
I'm telling you!
Now you understand, you useless insect. You're banned from talking to Master ever again.
The mastermind's purpose and why they were killed. This room may very well hold the answers to those questions. After all, the mastermind must have spent who knows how much time in here. Okay then, let's begin our search. It's time to uncover the identity of the mastermind. I'm most concerned by this Monokuma door. I've noticed that in regard to how this floor is laid out, there's another room behind. Yeah, I mean, we've known that there's this room here. Hang on. Sorry, I was taking a drink water. Now, the one thing that I noticed is it has... I have an idea what that room might be. And it's simply based on icon. The icon that room had on the map was a Monokuma face. And that is the exact same icon that is used for the class trial room. It's a Monokuma face. So is it another class trial room for some reason? That's the only thing assuming that's why it's reusing the Monokuma face, but well, anyways, we got other things. There is a camera in this room too. No matter when, where, the surveillance cameras, I mean, they're absolutely everywhere. Why would you have a surveillance camera surveilling yourself? There's nothing showing up on this one.
Huh? Hey, look, next to the TV. Is that TV antenna?
how about that?
It is! It's just like the one my grandma uses. It's totally one of those high-def antennas.
Wait, so if we hook up that antenna, we could watch TV.
Someone say TV?
You know?
Well, Saturday morning Hina's here.
Wait, are you talking about me?
Okay.
Anyway, if we want TV, come on. Let's do it. Come on.
You know?
Ah, you're all starved for info from the outside world, huh? All right, let me work my magic, and you'll be quantum leaping your way to TV land before you know it.
I mean, I get the reference, but what's he talking about?
Jeez, I can't believe how many monitors there are. My eyes are flickering as fast as they are.
So you think you can fix the TV?
You know?
Just a little longer. What, you really won't watch TV that badly? Another Saturday morning kid here.
There's a really ridiculous number of monitors here. And the mastermind's been using all of them to spy on us.
As long as I have this.
Huh?
Master Go, it's like a feast for the eyes.
Stop. Control yourself. No. Enough.
You disgust me.
Why was the mastermind murdered? To figure that out, we need to find out the identity and purpose of the mastermind. Let's go in the Monokuma room. This door's kind of creepy. It's got a picture of Monokuma on it. What could be inside? No luck.
The door's locked, huh? What if you use the key that opened this room?
Let's give it a try, just in case. You know what might open it? The Monokuma key that Kyoko has. Nope, no good. Won't even fit in the keyhole.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, don't worry about it. Everything's fine. The mastermind's dead, right? So nothing's gonna happen to us.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Can't stop thinking about that door with Monokuma's picture on it. But worrying about it isn't gonna do me any good. He is right. The mastermind's gone, so there's nothing to be afraid of anymore. I don't think they're gone, but... The body is obviously not Kyoko's, but I'm starting to get the feeling it's not the mastermind's. In fact, I don't actually think it was a body at all, honestly. Because I get the feeling I mean, here's the thing. It was a bomb. It exploded. They're bombs. What if it just wasn't a person at all? What if it was just a robot? Or something, like a corpse. Or like something that was made to look like a corpse. Bunch of computers. They all look like high-performance PCs. Nothing like the ancient laptop Alter Ego was installed on. They're all on, but they seem to be locked.
So what, we can't do anything? Just use your fighting spirit to force your way in? What century are you from?
Mastermind must have been using these monitors, using these to monitor the network. An Alter Ego. You may well be right about that.
What?
But there's no point in thinking about it now. You're right.
You know?
Oh.
What's wrong?
Good news for all you Saturday morning kiddies out there. I think I got the TV working.
Really?
Now all we gotta do is switch it on.
What?
Into it.
Freaking idiot mastermind. All you guys need to cut free from your regrets of the outside world. What the heck? And then we're just sitting here watching TV the whole time. They really thought they could get away with it.
Yeah, that's not terrifying at all. Huh? This is...
It's the feed coming from the surveillance camera monitoring this room, right?
What the heck?
Huh? That's weird.
Come on.
Hey, what are you doing?
That's really weird.
You're weird. Weird in every possible way. And not just weird, super weird.
But
this TV isn't hooked up to anything but the antenna. So how's it showing the camera feed?
Yeah.
Well.
Did you try changing the channel?
Oh, good idea. Let's give it a try.
Look, Mom, TV. Here went through each channel one by one. But on every channel, it was just us. It was a live feed of us standing there in the data center.
what the heck?
What the heck?
Is it broken or something?
No, it's deliberate.
Could it be?
No, there must be some kind of trick to it. Some weird setup. What? 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 What do you... What? What? What do you mean? Why are you here?
A trick? What kind of trick?
Actually.
I'm not sure, but...
Huh?
What? Huh?
What?
Why are you here?
Oh, you friggin' bastards!
Monokuma!
You're supposed to be dead. Me? Dead? Don't be freaking stupid.
You're acting kind of strange. Something seems different.
Of course.
I'm different. Evolution is perfectly natural. After all, you've been hibernating for 2 years already.
Not even. It's been like half a day at most.
Are you alive again? Oh yeah, that's it. The look on your faces right now is sublime. That's why I wanted to see the moment you went from hope to despair.
Don't tell me you pretend to be dead all for this moment.
Why would a bear pretend to be dead? You're the ones who should pretend to be dead when you see a bear. I mean, that's totally laughable. It makes me laugh. I'm gonna laugh now.
Well, now.
And that's that. It's almost time to cut off your path so full of hope and begin to despair at the future ahead of you. I want you all to have way more fun in this killing game. Can't be serious. We have to keep going.
Let me out of here!
You're supposed to get out of here.
Get out of here? Are you still obsessed with getting out of here?
Unbelievable.
How do you not get it? There is no getting out of here. And besides,
Yep.
this life isn't all bad, you know? I mean, there's stuff you won't like about life, no matter where you are.
Are you serious? This place is the worst. Yeah, she almost died.
If it's the worst, does that mean you're in despair?
But you shut the fuck up now.
Well, now.
Well, I'm pooped from all that laughing. I guess I'll just have to get to the point now.
The point?
Hey.
You guys really struck gold when you found that TV. Yes, indeed. That TV is an essential part of your school life here.
What? I knew it was hiding a secret of some kind.
What the heck?
But I connected the antenna, so why is it just showing us the surveillance feed?
Look how attentive they are now. Well, I'm gonna let you in on a blood-gushing secret and tell you about it. That's you, Evie, is without a doubt displaying the signal coming in on the antenna.
Huh?
But what does that mean? Displaying a signal. It's just us standing here.
Unbelievable.
You're so stupid. Don't you get it? Fine, I'll just tell you.
Are you gonna say this is repeating?
This killing game is being broadcast
kills!
live to the whole entire world. It's the most popular thing on TV.
What?
Extreme!
Killing game is being broadcast live to the entire world. It's the most popular thing on TV.
Hey. My neighbor, thank you for the raid. Hey. Hope you guys enjoy. Hey, thank you. Doesn't matter how many times he says it. I don't know what it's supposed to mean. Alien neighbor, thank you for the follow. Oh. I mean, even if I understood the words, I'm not sure I'd understand the deeper meaning.
Huh?
I'm doing pretty good. Hope you're doing good too.
What? Broadcast live? The entire world? What kind of bad joke is this?
I guess it makes sense that the killing game would... I mean, there had to have been a purpose for the killing game, so I guess it could be some kind of... yeah. Still though, you broadcast this to the whole world? Ah yes, killing game, fun for the whole family.
That's...
It can't be. Have they taken over the airwaves somehow?
Oh,
The camera freeze being broadcast. No way, that's impossible.
Here.
Just watch when you say it.
That kind of overconfidence is a major weakness in your crisis management system. You know that?
My favorite show. Ah yes, killing games.
All you need is one weird trick that I found, and hijacking the airwaves is easy mode.
Are you being serious right now?
Of course.
Thank you, Monokuma. I heard it kind of freaking. The sound was coming from my own mind. Guy ate me back. Like a boat tossing in the ocean, my mind had begun to creak and groan.
Hey.
Everything has a meaning, you know? All those hints I gave you, all those tantalizing tidbits about the school's mysteries, even me luring you here right now. Why would I do any of that without a reason? Just all for my captive audience to show them true despair like they've never seen it before. I became the director of a despair-based production. This is the ultimate reality show, the best in despair entertainment.
What
are you saying?
You're lying. If this was on TV, the police and everyone would be going crazy.
Yeah, there's no way they would have tried to come and rescue us.
Actually,
What if they already did?
yes,
Then
indeed.
again, it's not really any of their business, right? Sure, some people might yell at their TV to try and warn you, but who would actually come here to help? Don't you think that's possible? I don't really know personally, though, so whatever.
This can't be.
But to take control of all communications like that, you'd need an astronomical amount of resources.
Yep, so how could things have come this far? Well, that's a secret. Something you all need to do first. There's something you all need to do first, remember?
What?
Of course.
Yeah, duh. There's the little business of...
What? Oh, come on! Now you're doing it?
A body has been discovered.
You're a little late, Bear.
After a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like, the class trial will begin.
Huh?
Last trial? You mean...
Oh god.
It's
I'll believe the next...
Monokuma file.
Right here. Everyone, give it all you've got, okay?
Heart-pounding excitement.
Okay, things are gonna get pretty crazy from here on out. You're in for a heck of a ride.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
Well,
And then he was gone. Reality was incomprehensible. Truth hopelessly out of reach. All we were left with was despair. We stood there for I don't know how long, frozen in place. I couldn't think. It took everything I had to just keep myself standing upright.
I don't understand any of this. What's Despair Entertainment? And how is he still alive?
I'm sick of
I
this.
thought that finally we could get out of here. Plus, what did he say about the class trial?
Stop talking.
Well, that part's obvious. The class trial is the class trial. What it means is that at this point, we have to figure out who the culprit is. Figure out who killed Kyoko.
What?
What the heck?
What are you talking about? I thought Mukuro Ikusama was the one who died.
The victim was female, right? Kyoko certainly fulfills that condition. And if Monokuma is still alive and active, that means that the mastermind, Mukuro Ikusaba, isn't dead. So naturally, that body can't belong to her, so it must be Kyoko. There's no other possibility. No, the body is Kyoko's. Kyoko's been murdered. No, it's not possible. I don't think it is either. Because I don't know anything about her yet. I don't even know who she really is. Maybe announcement late to compensate for calling it a bit too early for Hifumi. I still don't understand how... Oh, actually, yeah, I remember now what you're talking about. Though, for some reason, my mind was also immediately drawing to... Maybe it's because I'm looking at the explosion again, the exploded body again, but I still don't understand how Toko is alive right now, considering she survived an explosion point blank. I don't exactly understand how that happened. To have it end like this. I don't believe it. I refuse to believe it.
Quiet.
Whether you believe it or not does not matter. The truth is the truth. If you refuse to believe, it's your responsibility to uncover the truth for yourself. Myself. Anyway, we better begin. But if we're gonna have a class trial, then that means the killer...
That's right.
Correct. It must be someone participating in our school life.
Wait, are you saying one of us killed Kyoko?
Well, that's not precisely what I'm saying, no.
Huh? But you just said...
Stop talking.
I don't have time to explain now. There's a variable amount of issues I need to confirm. So I'm going to begin my search. If you value your lives, you'll put everything you have into this. That is how this game works, after all. Okay. Better start by checking out the Monokuma file. Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife, which went completely through the body. They'd also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. Body was covered with other rooms, but these were at least several days old. So even the Monokuma file doesn't tell us who the victim actually was. The unidentified body. Could it really be Kyoko? I don't think so. I don't think Kyoko is going to be the one who dies. Or the question is, who is this unidentified body? It either is whoever the ultimate despair girl is, whose name I, for some reason, always forget. I have to uncover the truth for myself. No matter what, I have to find out what happened or we're all dead. I need to go back to the scene of the crime. Back to the garden. Number 5. Alright, here we are again. Okay, time to get started. I need to check anywhere that may be important from one end to the other. I just need to do what I always do. Could it I don't honestly even think it can be one of our characters, honestly. I don't even know who it could be, because I don't believe any of these characters could have done it. I don't even think Kyoko would have done it. Kyoko knows the damn rules. I don't think it's any of the characters. It's gotta be somebody else. Somebody, like, maybe it is the mastermind. Byakuya, help me out here. Good timing, Makoto. I wanted to talk to you. What do you want to talk about?
So in
I'd like to hear your
words-
alibi. Alibi?
In other
Correct.
words,
I'd love to hear where you were after nighttime began last night. Well, I was sick, so I was asleep last night. But why are you asking me about that now? And what's nighttime got to do with it?
naturally.
Isn't it obvious? This murder took place after nighttime. How can you know that for sure? Because that just after nighttime began, I came to the garden. I was going around looking for everyone so I could tell them about Monokuma. Hiro's been spending most of his time in the garden the last few days, so I figured he'd be here. And I can confirm that when I arrived last night, there was no body here.
In other words,
So the murder could only have taken place at some point during nighttime after I left the garden. However, Toko, Hiro, Hina, and I were in the gym together the entire night last night. What? Once I found Hiro in the garden, we immediately went to Toko and Hina's rooms to get them. At that point, we all went to the gym and began dismantling Monokuma. As a precaution, we made sure not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs. In other words, all 4 of us have airtight alibis. The only ones who don't have alibis are me and Kyoko.
that's right.
And if the victim really is Kyoko, then I'm the only one without an alibi. Also, when we went to go get Hina and Toko, we stopped by your room as well.
What?
But you never came to the door. So, where precisely were you? I'm telling the truth. I was in my room, but I was dead asleep. I had a fever, so that's hardly an alibi. I know. So, what now? You seem to be at quite the disadvantage here. I'm the only one without an alibi. That's really bad, isn't it? I had a feeling I was going to become the culprit, especially considering the knife.
It's 11 o'clock right now.
Okay, and... Yeah, sure, let's ignore Earth sending Hina to grab food. Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
For serious?
Oh, well, I was just thinking about when we first found the body.
When the body was found, huh? I should look back at what I did this morning to help me remember when that was. Monokuma's announcement woke me up at 7 o'clock as usual, and I headed for the dining hall pretty soon. Once I got there, I met up with Hina. That was right around 7:30. Then I headed to the gym where everyone else was waiting. Next, Toko went to go get the pickaxe, and that's when she found the body. What time was it then? Now then, Toko, what time is it? Well, when we left the gym, it was just before 9 o'clock, so it's probably 9 on the dot now. That's right. It had to have been right around 9 o'clock.
You know?
Now you mention it, I think you're right. So I think we can say for sure that the body was found at 9 a.m. Okay, my job's done.
That's a pretty small job, bucko. Toko.
Where's that body belong to? Whoever it is, I'm not gonna look. I don't want to faint anymore.
Thank you. Listen, Makoto, do you remember how the body looked, before it blew up? If I remember right. She was wearing some kind of mask and a big white coat. Also, there was a knife sticking out of the stomach, and the area around it was stained with blood. Apparently, the wound had stopped bleeding, but the blood on the body was still wet. Byakuya said not to touch it to avoid getting all bloody. But for how much blood there was on the body, I didn't see any on the ground around it.
Okay.
Wow, thanks. That was a big help. Now that you explain it, I totally remember how it looked.
Well, having to talk about it like that helps me remember it a lot better too. So thank you too. Body before the explosion. This is a panel that controls sprinklers set to turn on at 7:30 every morning, and Monokuma said that the time positively couldn't be changed. I see. This might be a good way of helping prove our innocence. I had a feeling. Something that caught my that seemed interesting that the game would point out to me was the fact that the blood seemed fresh. And there might be only one way I can think of in order to make a blood seem fresh, which is simply make the area where the blood is wet again. Like, just soak it. So it's possible that at the, Actually, no, wait. But that adds up with... Hold on. So sprinklers turn on at 7:30 each morning, right? Then, if the body was here before then, the sprinklers should have gone it wet. Which would mean the murders must have taken place... I'm curious. Earlier there were some chickens. One's missing. I count 4 chickens. Huh? 4?
Yo!
What's going on, Mako?
Oh, I'm glad you're here. Listen, do you remember how many chickens there were in here?
Of course, there were precisely 5.
Yeah, right?
What's wrong?
There's only 4 chickens here now. We're 1 short.
Ah!
That's so weird. I wonder when it disappeared.
But
I was down here just before nighttime last night, and there were definitely 5 chickens then. What are we gonna do? Going from 5 to 4 is gonna have an impact on the structure of the world.
conspiracy!
It's like a jigsaw puzzle. If even a single piece disappears, the entire world will remain unfinished.
I did my best to ignore Hero and focus on the problem at hand. Why did one of the chickens disappear? Could it be related to the case? Missing chicken. What is this? These look like fragments of something. They're all burnt, so I can't really be sure, but... it's something red. Huh. I feel like I've seen something like it before. But where? Wait, was it... there? I'll have to double check that later. Those nozzles poking out. Are those sprinklers? And a coin! Monokuma flower, huh? Does it really eat paper, plastic, and people? Anyway, I don't think it's related, so I'm just gonna... There's a knife laying on the ground. Is this? It must be the knife that was stuck in the body before it exploded. The force of the explosion must have thrown it over here. The Monokuma file said the knife went all the way through the body from front to back. Does that mean this knife is what caused the fatal injury? Either way, this knife, it looks really familiar. Wait, is this? Yeah. That's it! It's the knife that that person was holding. This is getting really weird. There are just too many strange coincidences. Someone's trying to frame Makoto, I feel. Whoever the person in the mask was that attacked me last night, they were holding that knife. And that same knife was used to stab the same masked attacker we found here. So maybe this masked person got stabbed because... when they attacked, I was in a kind of trance. Maybe I reacted by grabbing the knife. And then maybe I... If this really is Kyoko, I mean, Kyoko's the one that attacked me. But why the mask? I just don't know. I don't remember anything clearly from last night. No, it can't be. There's no way. I don't believe it's Kyoko. I doubt her end would be that sudden. Also, is this a tarp? Wait, was there a tarp in here before? I should probably look into that. Could be related. The top is wet and covered with mud and grime. The underside is totally clean and completely dry. On one side of that tarp is wet and dirty. Something about that bothers me. That's the one thing in here that concerns me. Crazy diamond. On back of Mondo's coat. Okay, let's look at the body. If I check the body more thoroughly, maybe then I'll find for sure if it's Kyoko or not. I don't get... What is this? Huh? There's something weird about the body's fingernails. Oh, they're fake nails. These are really long. Fake nails? Also, there's like a wolf tattoo. They seem like they get in the way of normal activity. What is this tattoo, though? There's also something on the back of her right hand. Is this a tattoo? It got burned, so I can't make it out the whole thing, but... It looks like it's a picture of a dog or something. I've never seen anything like it before. What is this? The white jacket the victim was wearing got really burnt up. There's only one piece left. The lower half of the body didn't get wet at all. After the body blew up, the top half got set on fire, so I dumped a bucket of water on it. Which explains why the bottom half isn't wet. There's something strange about that, right? Also, the top half of the body is wet. That's because it got set on fire and I threw water on it. Since I only threw water on the part that was on fire, the top half, the bottom half is still dry. In other words, there's nothing strange about the top half being wet. There isn't, right? Huh. I think I've checked everything I need in this area. I'm not done yet. There are other areas I need to check. Specifically, this fragment I found before. There's somewhere I need to go in order to confirm my suspicions. I still need to find out more about Kyoko. Is that corpse really Kyoko? If that's true... Was that also Kyoko who attacked me last night? If I can find out more about her, maybe I can answer that question. Kyoko was never the kind of person to talk about herself all that much. Maybe if I can get in her room, I'll be able to find out more. The key to her room...
It's all clear now.
I will simply limit your options. I can't allow you to engage in any further suspicious activity.
What?
Limit my options.
Just
Give me the key to your room. I don't have a choice. I'll see if you'll let me borrow her room key. Byakuya. Hey, Byakuya? Do come up with an alibi. I'd be happy to hear it. Later, at class trial. Oh no, it's not about that. You have the key to Kyoko's room, right? I was hoping I could borrow it. I'm afraid I can't take that risk. You're the prime suspect, after all.
What?
Of course, if I were to go with you, that would be a different story. Then will you go with me? Sorry, I have my own agenda to take care of. Find me again later and we'll see.
Goodbye.
Depending on my mood, I may go with you. Or I may not. Come back later, huh? Okay, then in the meantime, I should look somewhere else. I should check out that one area. One area? Oh, wait. Is it related to the Monokuma thing? I figured it wouldn't be here.
You know?
I just found something. Wait, is it?
It's... Wait! Where's the bomb?
It's what?
A bomb. There's one installed in every Monokuma robot, I'm sure.
A bomb?
And that bomb went missing. There's no doubt about that. The fragments I found in the garden. I see. So the bomb somehow got from here into there. Okay, checked everything else. All that's left now is Kyoko's room. Alright, Byakuya! Be a bro for once in your life, please. Please. I'm on my fucking hands and knees here. Do you need to go soon, Byakuya?
Let's go.
You want to check out Kyoko's room, right? Very well, let's go. Wait for me! Byakuya walked off without a second glance, and I hurried after him on our way to the dorms. Damn it, Byakuya! Well then, here we go. Byakuya took out the key and slid into the keyhole, and then... and it's open. Just like it. Thanks. I'm worried there's gonna be something even more damning in here. So this is Kyoko's room. What is this? There's something on the table. It's a woodblock decoration.
What?
What's that? What purpose does it serve? I think it's probably a key. Lockers at those traditional... The lockers at those really traditional public bathhouses use them for their lockers. I mean, no. I've never gone to a public bathhouse. That doesn't really surprise me. It's hard to picture Byakuya doing something like that.
It's
But
certainly
if it is a key,
possible.
I think I might know what it unlocks. Really? What? Unless I'm mistaken. I'm pretty sure I saw something in the dojo that this might go to. Dojo? Anything in the bed? I don't see anything interesting here, at least as far as the case is concerned. Chapter 5, yeah. Byakuya!
What?
You want to come here, right? So what is it you're looking for? Nothing in particular. I was just hoping we might find some kind of clue here. A clue that might help us understand Kyoko.
Come on.
You can't be serious. That's what you made me take my time out of my research to come... You made me... That's why you made me take time out of my search to come here? Sorry. Regardless, if you plan on poking around at random, you're doomed no matter how much time you take. Surely you have something more concrete. Something to give us some sort of direction here. More concrete. Oh, I know. Earlier, Kyoko gave me something. Huh? What's this?
It's true.
Consider it a symbol of my determination. Don't open it yet. Only open it if something ever happens to me. I'm sure I have it here somewhere. Found it. What's in that envelope? Kyoko gave it to me. She said if something ever happened, I should open it. Well, something has certainly happened, so open it. Okay. I opened the envelope and looked inside. Inside was a single piece of paper. Under the sheets?
What?
That's all that was in there? Yeah, looks like it. Under the sheets. The bed sheets? Could something be hidden underneath the bed sheets? Part of me didn't expect to find anything, but as I lifted up the sheets... What's this? I found a crumpled up piece of paper. Class 7, number 78 student registry. Mukuro Ikusaba.
I
It
see.
appears to be Mukuro Ikusaba's profile. Yeah, looks like it. That's probably the other thing Kyoko stole when she snuck into the headmaster's room along with the key.
Oh, you're so annoying. Fine, I'll tell you. There's a key and... That's it.
This must be the blank that Monokuma was talking about. Kyoko said a death without meaning was unappealing, and this is what she left behind. I don't have time for sentimental indulgences. Hurry up and finish your search. Okay. I made an effort to pull myself together, then looked down at the profile sheet. Name, Mukuro Ikusaba. Sex, female. The ultimate soldier. Soldier? Although small for her age, she was a military specialist trained in every weapon type imaginable. She showed an interest in the military from childhood, and soon found herself completely absorbed in it. In elementary school, she won a survival game tournament and began writing for military magazines. Just before entering middle school, while she and her family were on vacation in Europe, she disappeared. The story of a young Japanese girl being kidnapped quickly took over Japanese media outlets. An intense international investigation turned up no information, and she was never found. However, she reappeared in Japan 3 years later, alone and completely unannounced. She revealed that she had joined a mercenary group known as Fenrir for those 3 years. She insisted that she hadn't been kidnapped, that she received battle training of her own volition. However, she never revealed why she decided to return home when she did. Huh. Mukuro's profile? Alright. The Ultimate Soldier, a mercenary group. This doesn't feel real. The world I grew up in, it's like a completely different dimension. It's like one's nonfiction and the other is sci-fi. There's no way to even compare the two. That's how different this is. But that was when I saw but that was how I saw things as just an ordinary person. Then
I see.
I never imagined I would hear the name Fenrir in a place like this. Huh? You recognize it?
Naturally.
The Fenrir Mercenary Corps is a collection of battle-crazed warmongers. But they do have their uses, and they always get the job done. That's worth remembering. This is all part of a world totally removed from the one I live in. I have to say, I'm intrigued. Every rumor I've heard says that Fenrir has already...
Found it!
Wow, I feel like our hero is becoming a bit player, and a bit player is becoming our hero.
It's you!
What?
What? What have you got your pretty little hand there?
What?
Oh, you found her profile.
So what if we did?
Hey!
Freak out on me. I'm not gonna hold it against you or anything. And in case you're wondering, I don't hold it against Kyoko either, even though she stole and hid it. You knew she stole it! After all, there's no rule against stealing, is there? Who I can't forgive is Miss Ogami, who broke the rules and busted into the headmaster's room. Drag her corpse out here and slice it up and devour it. Bears are omnivorous, you know.
What?
Are rule violations really so unforgivable? You're quite adamant about those regulations of yours.
Of course I am. A proper school life is built on the dedication and to organization and order. Which is why even I, as a school headmaster, had to follow the regulations myself.
Oh, so you're saying you have to follow your own rules as well?
Of course!
Absolutely. I can't have you all complaining about how unfair it is. Now, can I? In fact, on the subject of fairness, would you like to know something interesting?
Interesting.
It's about the one writing all the rules. They're actually one of the participants in this killing game.
Excuse you?
I don't think I ever actually told you how many participants there actually were, or did I? I was thinking I should probably clarify that.
Hey!
When you all first got together in the main hall way back when, there were 15 people there, right? I think that first meeting may have led into a little misunderstanding among you all.
A misunderstanding? Are you saying...
In other words...
That's right! There weren't actually 15 of you.
Yes,
The
indeed!
total number of students taking part in this killing game was actually 16.
16? Then
Mukuro Ikusaba,
she's real.
the 16th student, lying hidden somewhere in this school.
The ultimate
The one they
despair.
call the Ultimate Despair.
Or the
Watch
ultimate
out for her.
soldier. 16th student, Mukuro Ikusaba. She's part of the school life. So the one making all the regulations is...
Why?
Huh?
Did you say something?
Why are you telling us this?
Oh, well, because... Like I told you, this killing game is desperately popular. You wouldn't believe the ratings. And since we got so many viewers now, I wanted to make sure everyone was on the same page. I don't want to wake up to a hurricane of complaints and hate mail, you know?
Yes, indeed!
Makes sense?
Well, now,
Okay, that's all you get for now. Oh, actually, I do have some revenge to get, so I have an extra bonus for you.
Revenge?
I want to get back at that sneaky Miss Kirigiri, so I'm gonna share a little secret with ya.
Seriously?
hey!
You know how she wears those stupid gloves day in and day out? All the time. Well, don't tell anyone I told you, but she wears them to cover a bunch of hideous scars that she doesn't want anyone to see.
What?
Okay, well, now that's all you get.
Monokuma's account. Kyoko wears those gloves to cover up a bunch of scars. I do not like the implications of that. Wait, so on the back of her hand... That tattoo... Wait, no. Monokuma specifically said they were scars, right? And that's why Kyoko wears those gloves, to hide the scars. Which means... Those fake nails on the corpse. Are you thinking about Kyoko again? Huh?
What?
Forget about her. What matters right now is uncovering Monokuma's trap. His trap?
Such.
God must really have hated you to make you so dull. Don't you remember what Monokuma just told us? He said there were 16 students here, right? Which means Mukuro was a student here.
That's right.
Obviously, Monokuma was trying to tell us that Mukuro is the one creating the rules to the game. But why would he tell us that? And why now? He said he wanted to make things clear so that there wouldn't be any complaints later. The mere fact that he said that proves that Mukuro is connected to this case. That's why Monokuma revealed the existence of a 16th student. He needs to make our investigation fair. Mukuro is related to the case.
It's
Perhaps she's the one who killed
possible.
Kyoko. What? That would explain why we would have to have a class trial, wouldn't it? If she's a student here and she killed someone, that would make her part of the school killing gang. Mukuro is the killer. She killed Kyoko. Anyone should be able to come to that conclusion, don't you think? And that, in fact, that's exactly what I thought when the investigation first began.
What?
But, based on what Monokuma just told us, I've changed my mind.
It's all
Mukuro
clear.
Ikusaba isn't the culprit. Huh? What makes you say that? We thought Mukuro, the ultimate despair, was the mastermind's true identity. But if that's true, Monokuma's behavior makes no sense. Why would the mastermind go out of their way to reveal themselves to us? That's a good point.
So in
So
other words,
Mukuro giving us information that would raise questions about her would be bold, to say the least. It makes more sense, then, to assume that Mukuro isn't the culprit. So that's the trap. They want us to suspect Mukuro and come to the wrong conclusion. That's what makes sense to me. The way you say it definitely seems possible, but if that's really true, if Mukuro isn't the killer, then who is? Well then, I believe our work here is finished. Let's move on. I'm sure there are other places in need of investigation. I should find out if that key and the dojo really are connected.
let's go.
Well, are you coming? Oh, at least you just teleport me there. Thank you. Let us begin. There are wooden lockers here. They use wooden key blocks. Does it go here?
I see.
Makoto, do you see the locker farthest to the right?
Very strange.
That's the only one that doesn't have a key in it at the moment. You understand what that means, right? I should probably use the key we found in that locker, right?
That's right.
Well, just try it. Okay. I took out the wood block key and inserted it into the locker's metal lock, and the locker eagerly accepted the key, and it opened. There are arrows in here. Looks like 10 arrows in total. They look like they're made of titanium, which means they're quite strong despite how thin they are. Of course, without a bow, they're nothing but strong little sticks. Strong sticks. I'm more concerned about what's on the bottom there. There's something else inside. It's a wadded up ball of duct tape. Wonder what it was used for. Is that a bloodstain?
I see.
If it is, that means it must surely be related to the case. This duct tape is related to the case somehow. How could it possibly be involved? Bloody duct tape. I think that's all the locker has to offer. There's something wrong.
Very strange.
It's very odd, don't you think? The locker was hiding items that were clearly related to the case. How did the key to the locker wind up in the victim's room? Yeah!
Why?
Or perhaps... Byakuya? Forget it. Come on, we need to continue on onto the next location. Huh? What next location?
What?
There's still something we need to look into. We need to do more research on Fenrir. Fenrir? You mean that mercenary group that Mukuro was part of? But how are we supposed to find out about that? Isn't it obvious? Where in the school would you go to do research on something? Research? Are you talking about the archive? That's right, the archive has all kinds of info that the general public doesn't have access to. Alright.
Let's go.
We only have so much time before the trial begins. Let's hurry. Move, move, move! I believe there was a file related to Fenrir somewhere over here. Byakuya seemed to know the archive like the back of his hand and went straight to a shelf in the back. Ah, here we go. He quickly returned with a file in hand. Let's see it, bucko.
I see.
Take a look at this. I have no idea what it says. What language is this? How did you make it all the way to high school without learning a single word of French? Oh, I'm sorry. French is not Wait a minute, actually. Screw what I was gonna say. I just noticed something. That icon on that file is the exact same as the one on the back of the corpse's hand. I'm pretty sure most high schoolers can't speak French. Well, whatever. I'll read it for you, but I expect you to repay your debt 100 times over. 100 times? Isn't that kind of extreme? Byakuya probably knows like 15 languages. Fenrir is an elite fighting unit based out in the Middle East. Unlike military contractors, they are a fierce group of soldiers who engage in direct combat. They claim that a single member is equivalent to an entire company of regular soldiers. Just like Fenrir, the Wolf of Ragnarok, their mere presence is enough to strike fear into any enemy. They have been involved in countless military battles and operations, most of which are highly classified. However, some time ago, they completely ceased all activity. At present, their continued existence cannot be confirmed. There are unconfirmed reports that the key members of the group were all neutralized. Rumors indicate that they were all killed to keep them from revealing the many state secrets they'd acquired. Some, however, believe that there was some mounting internal tension within the group, and they simply imploded.
What?
What is it? This all just sounds like some kind of alternate reality. Well, it isn't. This is our reality. The only reality. These people are part of our world. The battlefields aren't much different from our lives here. An unpredictable, unimaginable world. That's what makes it all so exciting. Exciting definitely isn't the word I would use. So, did anything jump out at you? This may be your last opportunity to learn about Fenrir. Now that you mention it, the report said something about where the name Fenrir comes from, right? That's right. It said Fenrir is the Wolf of Ragnarok. Speaking of which, would you like to know something interesting related to that? To show that they are a member of the team, each soldier that joins the squad would get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their body. What? They got a tattoo of Fenrir? Could that mean Mukuro Ikusaba's profile has been updated? It's time.
Time is utterly silent, and yet it constantly assaults us, organisms, the earth, natural phenomena. It damages us little by little until the end. You should really think about that.
Thank you, Monokuma.
Anyway, it's time to begin the class trial. So, please meet up in the usual spot. See you later.
Here we go.
Then the time has come. All we can do now is try to uncover the truth during the class trial.
That's right.
It would seem that way. Let's go. I still don't feel good about this, because I know we're obviously at biggest risk here. Because Makoto doesn't have an alibi, unfortunately. Where's,
Whoa, Byakuya and Makoto show up together.
Where the hell have you two been? You just disappeared without a word.
We were investigating, of course. How could you not figure that out by at this point? Because it's been time enough for you guys to go off together. It's just the two of you.
What, are you jealous?
Or are you making some kind of creepy fantasy for yourself?
What?
Stop talking, embrace yourselves. He'll be here any second. Any second. He could show up at any time. When I imagined what was about to happen, I immediately tensed up and prepared myself. But we stood there for 5 full minutes, waiting for something weird to happen. And then 5 minutes became 10.
Why?
What's going on here? Why hasn't Monokuma shown up yet?
Could it be?
Maybe he died again.
He needs to stop dying.
What should we do? Should we keep waiting here, or... or what?
Jenny, that...
Did I scare you?
Come on.
I demand an explanation. Why did you waste my time and make me wait like that? What? I made you wait? You got it all backwards. You're the ones making me wait. Huh?
In other
I'm
words,
waiting for everyone to arrive. We can't start till everyone's here. Now, can we?
What are you talking about? Everyone is here. We've all been waiting for you.
Sorry, but you're wrong. But I've been waiting 10 minutes now, so it's okay if I punish the one making us all wait, right? If we all agree it's a violation, I'll arrange the punishment right now.
It's gonna be who I think it is, right?
If it's me you're waiting for, I'm here.
We all heard that voice. We all spun around to look.
Hey,
I'm here, and no rule's been broken.
I knew you couldn't be dead. Kyoko!
Kyoko, you're still alive.
No! It's a ghost!
Stop talking. If you want to fight, do it at the class trial. You need to save some of the fun for later, right?
What?
But is it okay that there's no particular penalty for being late?
is that
I made
right?
it here just fine. What school regulation did I violate? Am I wrong?
You're so selfish, so spoiled. You're right, there's no penalty officially. I bet you'll be sorry later. No, I'll make sure you're sorry later. Anyway, hold your butts into the elevator. I'll be one step ahead of you.
When Monokuma was gone, we all rushed up to Kyoko. Kyoko!
So you really didn't die?
Indeed.
Of course I didn't die. Then who the hell did?
Thank God, I'm so glad you're okay.
Perhaps, but that's not necessarily a good thing for us. Huh?
He's right! Now we gotta deal with a ghost!
I told you, stop talking.
Let's go.
Come on, let's just go. Whatever we need to discuss, we can do it during the trial. Without ever looking directly at Kyoko, Byakuya stepped into the elevator.
Master, wait for me.
Good call. Who knows what might happen to us if we were to take too long.
But
I'll be happy when this trial is all over.
One after another, everyone piled into the elevator. But I couldn't help myself. I had to talk to Kyoko before the trial started. Kyoko! Listen, before we get started, I have to ask you. Where have you been this whole time? You used that key of yours to go somewhere, didn't you? So,
Correct.
I went to investigate the second floor of the dorms.
oh? The second floor?
That's right.
There aren't any monitors or cameras there, so I was able to avoid Monokuma completely. Of course, I also missed his announcement because of that.
Whew.
I had no idea a body had been discovered.
Then when did you find out?
So...
Just now, I finished my search and came back down, just in time to hear the class trial announcement. I took some time to go over the crime scene first. I can't go to a trial completely uninformed, can I?
So that's why you were late.
However...
I'm sorry I kept you all waiting.
But if you're on the second floor of the dorms, then that's what the key you found goes to?
Wrong.
Actually, to be precise, not quite.
In other words...
I used Monokuma's secret tool, which can open any lock in the school.
What? Kyoko's account. Kyoko did all her investigating in 10 minutes. That's quick. Yeah?
just a second.
What are you two doing? Hurry up before we get in trouble with Monokuma.
Makoto.
We can go over all the details after we get through the trial. Okay, Makoto? Right now, I just want to focus on surviving our current situation.
It would
Yes,
seem...
this is probably the single most crucial moment so far for me.
For her. That's a strange way to put it. The class trial is important for everyone, right? So why would you say it's a crucial moment for her?
Goodbye.
Well, if that's all.
Seemingly unconcerned, Kyoko made her way to the elevator. I'm just... overthinking what she said, right? Could she actually have killed? Being the last one left, I stepped into the elevator. Then the doors slid shut. This time, the clunking wasn't loud enough to hurt my ears, and the dread began to consume me once again. I can't imagine ever getting used to the mental pressure that comes with preparing for an execution. In that dusky darkness, nobody said a word. We just stood there, silent and still. After an immeasurable period of time, the doors opened without warning. A dazzling light penetrated every depth of my eyes. But it wasn't the illuminating light of hope. It was the blinding light of despair. What the hell?
Wait, I
I've been
can't
waiting for this. I feel like it's been forever since we got together like this. The time for pointless jokes and Jeff's past.
Thrills, chills, kills!
Let's get on with the show.
And so, the curtain opened up for a 5th time. Deadly judgment, a deadly deception, deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith, a deadly class trial. Oh boy. So I have 3 points. 3 more points. Increases bullet capacity during bullet time. I guess I can just get this. Why not? Class trial. All rise.
Let's begin with a bait. If you can fit an I'll punish. Okay, well, I'll leave the rest up to you.
Really?
Well then, let's discuss the specifics of the victim. First, we need to clarify who exactly the unidentified victim is.
They have to be part of the Fenrir group, right?
It's Kyoko. There's no other explanation.
Hagakure.
But Kyoko's standing right there.
Kyoko. Hi.
No, that's a ghost!
No.
But she has legs and stuff.
Well, that's just because she's like the latest evolution in ghost technology.
Ghosts don't have tech.
There's a limit to how much ridiculousness I can tolerate.
Thank you.
Okay. So I just have to prove that the corpse isn't Kyoko, right?
No.
Then let's compare Kyoko's traits to the traits of the dead body.
Her traits?
One important trait that Kyoko has that proves the body doesn't belong to her. I mean, the gloves,
I
right?
got it. I'm talking about her gloves. They'll give us some insight into the mystery.
Yeah.
I'm sure of it.
Yeah, Kyoko, could you remove your gloves real quick?
In that case, I think it would be helpful if someone explained why she actually wears those gloves.
Don't both me and you know this right now, Togami?
And would you happen to know the answer?
In fact, Monokuma told me. Apparently you have scars on your hands you don't want anyone to see.
Oh, you know, now that I think about it, the corpse wasn't wearing any gloves, right?
They probably just got burnt up in the explosion.
Can we just see the mark?
I'm not convinced. The ghost is just trying to fool us all.
Hagakure! There's no way the corpse was Kyoko. If I can't prove why, we're gonna be stuck here and the case won't move forward. Oh boy! So I don't have any choice but to... Hagakure, look what you've made me do.
Impossible.
Okay, then prove it. Prove she's not a ghost.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion?
Nope.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves. Because that corpse is absolutely Kyoko.
This entire discussion is idiotic.
Thank you, Byakuya. I know the body isn't Kyoko's, and I know I can prove it.
That Kyoko there is just...
Impossible.
Okay, then prove it.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Wait.
Then she was wearing gloves?
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves. Because that corpse is absolutely Kyoko.
This
Wait.
entire discussion is idiotic.
I don't know if this is gonna work, to be honest with you, but I'm gonna try it.
Kyoko, there is...
Impossible.
Okay, then prove it. Prove...
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
Ah, crap! Wrong I hit the wrong button. That was stupid.
Shoot! That Kyoko there
I forgot
is
how to
just
play the game for a second.
Okay, then prove it. Prove she's not a...
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
Okay.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves. Shoot! That Kyoko there is just a ghost.
Impossible.
Oh, wait.
Okay, then prove it. Prove she's not a ghost.
Hang on.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves.
Why is this one being so difficult to me?
Shoot!
This is not a good start to this case.
That Kyoko there is just a ghost.
Impossible.
Okay, then prove
The dead body
they got burnt up.
Then she was wearing...
Well, yeah, because that corpse is... This entire discussion is idiotic.
That Kyoko there is just a ghost.
Impossible.
Oh,
Okay,
wait.
then prove it.
Prove she's not a...
I didn't even think about this,
They
but
got
hang
burnt
on.
up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing...
How do you wear gloves
No,
with
that's
fake
wrong.
nails like that? I didn't even think of that.
No, there's no way the corpse was wearing gloves. Whoever it was, they were wearing fake nails, remember? I imagine trying to wear gloves over nails like that would have been a pretty big pain.
Yeah.
Besides, Kyoko wears gloves to hide her hands, right? It'd be pretty weird for someone who's self-conscious about their hands to wear fake nails. Don't you think?
Jeez, man, you don't know women, huh? They're complicated like that.
Hardcore.
If anyone doesn't know women, it's you.
Well, Kyoko, any thoughts?
Kyoko, just...
These gloves were custom made to the size of my hands to make sure they don't interfere with my daily life. If I wore fake nails, the gloves wouldn't fit properly.
Then that's that. The dead body doesn't belong to Kyoko.
That should have been obvious.
Which should have been obvious since she's standing right here.
Thank you.
Okay, so then, who's the real victim? First, we need to figure that out.
Hagakure.
That's the first thing I said. You're the one who's been dragging us around in circles.
Gosh dang it, Hagakure. We have to identify the victim. So who is it? Sprinklers exploded by tattoo on the right hand.
If Kyoko really is still alive, then who died?
There's gotta be some way to figure it out. I don't think so. The face was scorched beyond recognition. And there wasn't any description in the Monokuma file. Well, if we can't identify the body...
We can.
No, that's wrong.
At the very least, we know something. How did Hagakure survive this long? Pure blind luck.
There was one clue left behind that we can use to identify the body.
Fenrir.
What? For real? If you're lying, you'll die a cruel and unusual death.
Thank you, Toko. Anyways,
Cruel and unusual death. This I gotta see.
Hagakure!
She's just being stupid. Ignore them, Makoto. Tell us what you're talking about.
Thank you.
The key to figuring out who it was is the tattoo on the back of her hand.
Oh, yeah. The design's pretty strange, huh? Is this a dog? Her master must have made her get it. To be like...
No.
Seriously? They really did something that humiliating?
Stop it. Toko.
No, that's not it. The identity of the victim is hidden within that tattoo.
Oh, really?
If you compare the tattoo with other information we have, the victim's identity should become clear.
I got it!
This thing.
The Fenrir Mercenary Corps. That's the name of the military group Mukuro Ikusaba belonged to.
Okay, so...
It's Mukuro Ikusaba.
To show that they're a member of the team, each soldier that joins the squad would get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their body.
Fenrir?
The image that represents Fenrir is... the Wolf of Ragnarok. Do we really need to have this for this? But okay. The Wolf of Ragnarok.
Now I understand.
2 letters.
The representation of Fenrir is a wolf.
Fenrir, the Wolf of Ragnarok. It's from Norse mythology. A huge, world-ending wolf beast. He's the child of the trickster god Loki, and a female giant.
Man, after all this time, we finally got a glimpse of the literary all-star.
Thank you, Agakure.
A wolf tattoo. Then that means...
Exactly. The body we found had a tattoo of a wolf.
I don't get the nails, though.
Which means that person must have once belonged to Fenrir. So it must have been Mukuro.
What?
Hold on. Isn't she the one that was behind this whole thing?
Not sure.
You sound surprised, but you're absolutely right. Yes, indeed. The trial this time is to solve the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba.
Are you saying the mastermind is dead? And now we have to have a cool-ass trial?
Then who the hell is... who the hell is controlling the bear?
No. It means we were wrong in thinking that Mukuro was the mastermind at all.
But I mean, being the ultimate despair seems like a pretty mastermindy title to me.
But she's the ultimate soldier.
Maybe we shouldn't have been thinking of her as the ultimate despair in the first place.
Which leads me to be confused by Kyoko.
After all, looking at her profile, I didn't see anything that would fit such a description.
Hang on, that's weird. This paper was owned by Kyoko had this paper. She should have known that Mukuro Ikusaba was the ultimate soldier. But Mukuro Ikusaba turns out is being called the ultimate despair by Kyoko.
All it
Did
said
Kyoko
was that she
actually
was
kill?
the ultimate soldier. If I remember correctly, that other information came from
Kyoko.
Kyoko. That's what you told Makoto, right?
Why did you call her the ultimate despair?
So that means Kyoko got it wrong?
No.
Who was she? Who was Mukuro Ikusaba? She's been gone this whole time? And when she finally turns up, she gets killed.
And why was she gone?
Usually when there's a scene where an important character dies, it has a lot more detail.
Thank you.
So you're saying she wasn't an important character, which would mean she was the same as us. Just another participant.
Then who's the real mastermind?
Good question.
It must have been the Hope's Peak Academy headmaster after all.
No, the headmaster has nothing to do with it.
But how can we trust that? We already know your information about Mukuro was wrong.
My information was not wrong.
Okay. We're in the middle of a trial right now. Figuring out who killed Mukuro is first and foremost.
You're awfully involved this time, Bear.
Please limit all future prattle, chatter, and chit-chat as much as possible.
Fine. Uncovering the identity of the mastermind will have to wait. But remember this, no matter what happens, we will find out who you really are. I stake my family name on it.
Byakuya.
I have officially decided to completely ignore all such attempts at provocation. Now then, just so nobody's confused, let me state this one more time for the record. The reason we're having a class trial is because a murder among the students has taken place. Hammer that point straight into your big ol' brains!
Got it.
What you're saying is that both the victim and the culprit are part of the student body?
Then, one of us killed Mukuro?
Wait, no! There's a chance that there's some mystery 17th person
No,
who's been hiding
stop
all along!
Nope. There are only 16 students in total that have been taking part in these events.
Something's not making sense, though.
Seriously? Then one of us killed Mukuro?
Hagakure!
Who did it? Who's the killer this time?
Get a hold of yourself. We've already narrowed down the list of possible suspects.
Yes, it's me and Kyoko.
I'm sure you realize who I'm talking about, right, Makoto? Who the evidence points to?
Based on what we know, there can only be 2 suspects.
I got it!
It's me and Kyoko.
You've narrowed it down to Kyoko and me, right?
Why do you say that?
Allow me to explain. Just after nighttime last night, I went to the garden. So I can confirm that at that point, there was no dead body there. So, the murder must have taken place after I left the garden. However, Hiro, Toko, Hina, and I were in the gym the entire time.
The gym?
That's right. The 4 of us were there trying to dismantle Monokuma. The whole time we were very careful not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs. All of which is to say, the 4 of us all have alibis. The only ones without alibis
Are me and Makoto. That's why you're able to narrow down the list of suspects.
Exactly so.
So the only suspects now are me and Kyoko. Damn it, I can't let this stand. Somehow I have to clear my name.
I have something I'd like to say regarding the whole alibi thing.
Are you thinking of raising an objection?
Objection!
Well, before that, I just want to try and get a better idea of what time the murder took place. Doing that might reveal some kind of clue.
Whatever you want. Somebody go ahead and help him out.
You do the damn job!
Me and Byakuya can both confirm that the body wasn't in the garden at... Well, it was after nighttime for sure. I'd say it must have been around 10 o'clock. So the murder must have happened after 10 p.m.
Then I guess we can say the time frame for the murder was between then and when we found the body?
So 10 p.m. to 9 a.m.
Oh, but what time did we find the body?
Jack.
The one who saw the body first was Toko, right? And she went to go get the pickaxe.
9 o'clock.
I got it! The body must have been discovered at 9 a.m., since that's when Toko went to get the pickaxe.
Now then, Toko, what time is it? Well, when he left the gym, it was just before 9 o'clock. So it's probably 9 on the dot now. Okay, go get the pickaxe and be here back here by 9:01.
He's right. It had to be around then.
So we can be totally sure the murder happened sometime between 10 at night and 9 in the morning.
For me, I was already asleep before nighttime hit, so I don't have an alibi after 10 o'clock. But I'm sure I met up with everyone else before 9 this morning.
We ran into each other in the dining hall, right? That was around... Oh yeah! Right around 7:30. I remember checking right before I went in, so I'm totally sure about it.
Which means from 10 p.m. to 7:30 a.m., you don't have an alibi.
Yeah. The murder happened between 10 p.m. and 9 a.m., and I don't have an alibi from 10 p.m. till 7:30 a.m. Okay then, looks like the game has begun. If I can't provide an alibi for that period, then I just have to prove the murder didn't happen during the time I don't have an alibi. To do that, I have to make it clear when the body ended up in the garden. I see. Can you give me the sprinklers? Sprinklers!
We've established...
Sprinklers. 7:30 every morning.
It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most of that time.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
Damn it.
Shoot!
I'm stupid.
We've established a time it took place somewhere between 9 o'clock. Yep. And Makoto...
Yeah, from to 7:30.
That's more than enough time to commit murder, I should think. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be the time.
There's something that happens in the garden at the same time every morning. Thinking back, the corpse was almost totally dry. In which case, I should be able to figure out when the body must have appeared in the garden.
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most of that time.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
What do you mean?
Shoot!
I might actually get game over here.
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night.
I don't get it.
Shoot!
It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most of that time.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
That's more than enough time to commit murder, I should think. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be the time. We've established a time frame for the
All right,
murder.
Hail Mary.
It took place somewhere between 10.
Okay. Whew.
No, that's wrong.
Ugh.
That was too
Actually,
close.
the murder couldn't have happened.
And what makes you say that?
Because of the sprinklers in the garden. The sprinklers are set to go off right at 7:30 every morning, right? So if the body had been in the garden before 7:30, then it should have been completely soaked.
Oh, hold on. I remember this part perfectly. The body was wet. Dripping wet, in fact.
The top half.
Sorry, Toko, but you're wrong.
I'm wrong? How? Are you saying only the mouth down south was wet?
No.
I'm saying that
What do you mean by denying the sprinkler? Are you trying to deny my entire...
Man, you're totally wacko.
My
you
goodness.
really think it wasn't the sprinkler? You'd better tell us why!
Can you prove that it wasn't the sprinklers that got the body wet? All I have to do is hit Toga with certain evidence and that should do it. If you look at the body itself, that should make it clear. Is it bullet time? The moment of truth.
I admit nothing. I hate you. No, no, no! I don't know anything! Hold on! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. I hate you. No, no, no! I don't know anything! Hold on! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. I hate you. No, no, no! How can you say it wasn't the...
this should prove it.
Half the body was wet, half the body was dry.
Just remember what the body was like after the explosion, and you'll see why it wasn't the sprinklers. The top half of the body was wet, yes, but the bottom half was completely dry. If the sprinklers got the body wet, shouldn't the whole body have been wet?
So they only got the top wet? The bottom was completely dry? What a brutal maniac! I'm so sick of her.
Let's just move on. The reason only the top half was wet while the body was still on fire, I doused it with water. But only the part on fire. The top...
Oh, Then I guess the sprinklers really didn't do it.
I'm stressed.
So if the sprinklers didn't get the body wet, then the murder must have taken place.
I don't know why I didn't just honestly save earlier and just get back to the point.
Sometime after the sprinklers turned on at 7:30 in the morning.
Which means she must have been killed sometime between then and when the body was discovered at 9.
Yeah, so now I have an alibi.
Makoto's alibi was only missing from 10 o'clock last night to 7:30 this morning, right?
So there's no way Makoto could have done it. I guess you had an alibi after all. Good for you.
In which case, the only one left without an alibi is Kyoko.
Which is what worries me. Kyoko's the only one without an alibi. Which would mean that Mukuro's killer is... No, I refuse to believe it. Kyoko murdered someone, that's...
I'd just like to say one thing. If you vote for me and I die here, the mystery of this school will stay hidden forever.
Huh?
Which is why I can't let that happen.
Huh?
So are you saying you're not the culprit?
Of course I'm not. I have no reason to kill anyone. This is a trap the mastermind has laid for us.
I believe it.
A trap?
We're this far into the game, and now you decide to blame me?
I mean, I've been blaming you since day one, so...
Stop wasting time! Stop wasting energy! You really think your little trick is gonna work?
Yes.
Shut up, you!
You got it, boss! Shutting up now!
Thank you.
Anyway, Kyoko, you actually did have a reason to kill her.
Huh? She did?
She thought Mukuro was the ultimate despair. In other words, the mastermind behind everything. So she killed her to try and put a stop to all this. Isn't that right, Kyoko? But you made one catastrophic mistake. Mukuro wasn't the mastermind at all.
No, she would have known.
And as a result, we were forced into another trial. Something I'm sure you weren't at all expecting.
So, that was her motive?
No, that doesn't make sense.
She had a motive and no alibi. Well then, I think it's pretty clear Kyoko's gotta be the culprit.
I'm not the only one without an alibi. Makoto's explanation is still insufficient.
Hey.
Huh?
What are you talking about?
The sprinklers didn't get the body wet, but that doesn't mean the murder happened when he said it did.
What are you...
Because you see, there is a way the body could have avoided
Hey.
getting wet.
No. What are you doing? I try to give you benefit of the doubt.
Interesting. I'm listening.
Kyoko?
All it would take was covering the body with a certain something to keep it from getting
Kyoko,
wet.
I know where you're getting at, but why are you doing this? You're talking about the damn tarp.
I got it! You're talking about the tarp, aren't you?
You catch on quick. You're right. All you'd have to do is cover the body with the tarp, and that'd take care of the water. In fact, that's exactly what the killer did.
Hey, what are you
The dirt
doing?
pattern on the tarp can attest to that. Only one side of the tarp got dirty, because that's the side that got covered in water.
What are you doing?
The side that faced down over the body, meanwhile, kept perfectly clean. This proves that the killer used the tarp to keep the body from getting soaked.
But why would they go to all that effort just to keep the body from getting wet?
Most likely so they could cloud the issue of when the murder actually took place.
Gosh dang it.
In other words, to create an excuse exactly like the one Makoto just gave us.
Kyoko, I swear to God. Why would Kyoko say that? Why would she want to make me look like the killer? No, I can't think about that right now. That tarp. If it was used the way Kyoko said, the tarp must have touched the body, right? The body...
Wait. Something's not right.
Kyoko, don't make me actually have to believe in accusing you.
And what might that be?
There's no blood on that damn tarp. Can't worry about Kyoko's motivations. If I don't do something, everyone's gonna think I'm the killer. I have to refute what Kyoko said. Make your argument. Oh dear.
By cover... The killer prevented it from getting wet.
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on one side is because the sprinkler got that side wet.
I only get one
underside
single
of the
freaking
tarp?
shot!
It was totally spotless, right?
It's because that side was protected from the water. Since it was facing down toward the body, of course it didn't get dirty.
I remember the blood on the body hadn't dried yet. By covering the body with the tarp, the killer prevented it from getting wet. So the reason the tarp was only dirty on one side is because the sprinklers got that side wet. But the underside of this tarp was, it was totally spotless, right? Yeah, it's because that side was protected from the water. Since it was facing down toward the body, of course it didn't get dirty. Wait, what? If I'm wrong, I'm dead, but... Okay.
By covering the body with the tarp.
The killer prevents...
So the reason that it's because the spring, but the underside, it was totally
It's because that side was protected from the water.
Well, I'm dead. My secret power. Main menu. Go! No.
By covering the body with the tarp, the killer prevented it from getting
I'm gonna
wet.
check the first game over out.
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on one side.
Tell you what, if it happens again, I'll
is
look
the
at it.
sprinkler got that side wet.
But the underside of the tarp, it was totally spotless, right?
It's because that side was protected from the water. Since it was facing down
And
toward
it's
the
more
body,
than likely gonna happen again, I'm gonna be honest with
Of
you.
course it didn't get dirty.
Okay, so...
By covering the body with the tarp, the killer prevented it from getting wet.
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on one side is because the sprinkler got that side wet.
But the underside of the tarp, it was totally spotless, right?
Because of this, the upper half is soaking wet, the bottom half remained dry.
It's because that side was protected from the water. Since it was facing down toward the body, of course it didn't get dirty.
By covering the body with the tarp.
The killer prevents.
So the reason that is because the spring.
But the underside, it was totally.
It's because that side,
Since it was facing down toward the
Of course it didn't get dirty.
There we go.
No, it's wrong.
Yeah.
Actually, one side being clean is pretty strange if you think about it.
I'm gonna be honest. I think my whole going back to main menu thing might still just be a side of me from back when I was playing Ace Attorney, and it's just like, oh, you got something wrong? Go back in time. Sorry. I think I just defaulted back to how I work in Ace Attorney. If it happens again, though, I'll at least check it out.
Because the blood wasn't dry before the body got blown up, right? Byakuya said it himself. Not to touch it, or you might get some on you. If you put a tarp on a body in that state, it absolutely would have gotten blood on it.
Well, maybe the culprit washed it, so nobody would know they'd used it.
If they had, they would have washed both sides. Just washing the one side wouldn't hide anything.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, true.
Hagakure.
More than that, what if the very blood we saw on the body was meant as a kind of camouflage?
What? Huh? The blood was camouflage.
What if, after the killer used the tarp to avoid the sprinklers, they then covered the body in blood that didn't belong to the victim?
You mean someone else's blood? Where would they get something like that?
I know! They could have grabbed some of the blood packs from the nurse's office. That's what Hifumi did, right? When he pretended to be dead?
Well,
No, that's not what happened this time. The killer got the blood from right there in the garden.
huh? You got blood from right there in the garden. Must mean... Oh!
I got it!
The missing chicken!
Could it have been chicken blood?
What? Chicken blood?
That's why one of the chickens is gone.
When I checked the chicken coop before the murder, there were 5 chickens. But after the murder, there were only 4.
So, you're saying someone killed a chicken? And then covered the body with its blood?
Yes.
Man, that's messed up.
I agree.
Killing a living thing just to do something like that is awful. They should have at least eaten it.
Owie.
I wonder if the killer had to get the blood from the scene so they wouldn't be spotted walking around. Anyway, there's no denying that a chicken went missing, which provides a basis for my theory.
Perhaps, but even so, there's one thing that still doesn't make sense. You said the culprit used the tarp to avoid the water and then covered the body in blood, right? But if that's the case, then the blood should have soaked into the ground around the body.
There was no blood around the body.
But that's not what we saw. Only the victim's clothing had blood on it. The ground was completely clean.
I have to agree, that certainly is strange. Maybe they didn't apply the blood at the scene. Maybe they covered the coat in blood beforehand.
They covered it beforehand?
When you discovered the body, was it wearing the coat like you normally would?
I actually noticed that looking at the picture again. It wasn't. It was just wearing the coat, like, on top.
I think so.
No.
Wait, no. The head was through the neck hole, but the arms weren't in the sleeves.
Actually, they were wearing it backwards.
Then that settles it.
Sorry, I'm having a tough time keeping up.
That's like killing
What
chicken is the
settles
worst
what?
thing ever.
Here's what happened. The murder took place before the sprinklers went off, but the body didn't get wet because the killer covered it with the tarp. Then, later, at the same time the killer was gathering up the tarp, they pulled the coat over the body, the coat they'd already covered in blood. This series of cover-ups was meant to disguise the actual time the murder occurred. They wanted us to think the murder happened sometime after the sprinklers had gone off, at 7:30.
If that's actually what took place, it certainly becomes possible that the murder happened earlier.
But to pull pull all that off, wouldn't they have had to go back to the garden after the sprinklers turned off?
That actually wouldn't have been all that difficult.
You sure?
They already had the coat ready, so they just had to grab the tarp and pull the coat over the body. They'd be done in no time.
Maybe, but still.
Hina, after you met up with Makoto in the dining hall, did you two stay together from that point on?
Oh no. I headed off to the gym, and Makoto didn't show up till later.
What are you talking about? I went directly to the gym. I fast traveled.
Then he had plenty of time to spare, wouldn't you say?
That's not...
Don't bother saying it's not possible.
Why are you being an asshole right now?
I must admit, Kyoko's reasoning is sound. Makoto's alibi is inadequate.
The suspicion falls back on me again. Why? Why is Kyoko trying to entrap me? I don't understand. Disguised dead body.
Well then, it looks like we're back to square one. Makoto's alibi is no good, so once again, our suspects are him and Kyoko.
For serious, man? Which one of them did it? Hey, why don't we let luck decide?
No!
Let's flip a coin. 50-50 odds.
Correct!
Oh!
See? Pretty good idea, right?
No!
No, not that. I just remembered something super serious.
Well, don't just stand there. Out with it.
You know that knife we found all black and burnt?
Yep, here we go.
The one we found stuck in the body before it exploded, right? According to the Monokuma file, the knife went all the way through, from front to back. So, what about it?
I'm pretty sure I'd seen that knife somewhere before. That's what I thought when I first saw it. I just remembered.
Okay.
Listen, more important, now we have the knife. What are we gonna do with it?
We can't let Togo keep it, that's for sure. You don't know what she might do.
I don't want it anyway.
So what to do?
Well, you hang on to it, Makoto.
Me?
It's the knife we gave to Makoto?
Why did you all give it to me, damn it?
You don't seem surprised. You must have noticed earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Then why did you hide that fact?
it's not that I hid it. It's just...
The other person... I couldn't be sure of what actually happened last night. I thought maybe I really did kill her.
Suspicious. Very suspicious indeed. The knife we found stuck in the body came from Makoto. Now I'm totally convinced he did it. 12,000% convinced.
Considering everything up till now, I should be able to make it clear. I have to prove that I didn't murder anyone. I'm not the killer. Here we go. Make your argument.
The knife we found lodged in the dead...
It's the same one we gave to Makoto.
It really is, isn't it?
If he did have that knife, that seals it. Just because I had the knife, that automatically makes...
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her, so there's no question.
Ah!
You took that knife of yours and killed her with it.
What a horrible man you are.
Wait. We've already established that the coat was put on after the tarp was removed, which means the knife. That means when the knife was thrust through the coat into the body.
The knife we found lodged in the dead...
It's the same one.
It really is, isn't it?
If he did have that, that seals it. Just because I had the knife once, that automatically...
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her,
Explode,
right?
disguise fragment.
So there's no question.
You took that knife...
What a horrible man you are, Makoto.
Disguise fragment. Explode, disguise fragment. Okay. We've already established that the coat was put on the body. Already established that the coat was put on the body after the tarp was removed. When the coat was... hang on. The statements I can have to attack are gave to Makoto and getting stabbed. Those two statements alone. Okay. Getting stabbed. I think it's gotta be the second thing. Getting stabbed is what killed her. We already established that the coat was put on the body after the tarp was removed. Which means when the knife went... Wait, hang on. I need to think this through in my mind. For some reason hang on. We established that when the coat was put on the... that the coat was put on the body after the tarp was removed. So the tarp was gone, and the body and the coat was put on. Which means when the knife went through the coat into the I see the problem. Hang on. Okay.
The knife we found lodged in the dead body. It's the same one. It really is, isn't it?
If he did have that seals it. But just because I had that automatic, well...
Getting stabbed is what killed...
There we go.
No,
that doesn't make sense. Actually, the order of events means it's obvious the blood got there.
Hold on. The stab wound isn't what killed Mukuro.
Think about it.
That should be clear from the description of the cover-up we just heard.
Lies! We never talked about what killed her!
Boy.
No! Don't you remember? The killer covered the dead body with the tarp, and then put the bloody coat on it, right?
Where would the coat... Like, the coat has a stab through it.
In other words, the victim never wore that blood-stained coat until after they were dead.
Okay, fine. So what?
So, when we discovered the body, the knife had been thrust through the coat along with the body.
It had to have.
Meaning, if she wasn't stabbed until the coat was put on, and she was already dead at that point, obviously the stab wound isn't what killed her.
Maybe you stabbed her twice. Once to kill her and once to cover it up.
It doesn't make sense. The victim was stabbed twice in the same spot. There's no way that's possible.
I got it!
Huh, 2 hearts.
The Monokuma
They
file
always treat you
clearly
hot.
states
Oh, sorry,
that there was
confirmed,
only
yeah.
one stab wound.
Oh yeah, it sure did. I totally forgot about that.
Correct.
Then the knife
was just another piece of camouflage set up by the true killer.
Oh my god.
They probably stabbed her to draw attention away from what actually killed her. Exploding the body afterward was probably meant to do the same thing. The explosion severely damaged the body, making it impossible to know what really killed her. It was all the killer's attempt to destroy all evidence of their crime.
So they wanted us to notice the stab wound and then detonated the body afterward. They meant for us to latch onto the knife as the cause of death, then destroy any evidence proving otherwise.
Oh, hey, I have a question. It kinda goes back to the beginning, but what's the deal with that explosion anyway? Why'd the body just blow up all of a sudden?
This trial is stressing me out.
If you bothered to put that lump of gray matter between your ears to use, you'd know the answer.
Thank you, Byakuya.
Well, if you're so smart, just tell me.
I'll tell you. I bet some unknown quantum particle caused an atomic-level spontaneous combustion!
Hagakure.
I might be dumb, but even I'm not dumb enough to believe that.
Go ahead, Makoto. Tell her or we won't make any headway on this.
Thank you, Byakuya. There's only one explanation I can think of for the explosion. Where's that stinking bomb? Where is the bomb, actually? What?
I got it!
Yeah, here it is.
After the explosion, we found a tiny fragment of something on the ground near the body, right?
Oh, Makoto, I know the answer, but it's your job.
That fragment reveals the cause of the explosion.
Huh? You know, I feel like I've seen something like it somewhere before.
That's only natural. Because, of course,
It's a motion sensor bomb.
we saw the same thing when we dismantled Monokuma.
I feel like Monkuma's gonna have something to say about
It's
this.
part of a bomb.
Oh! Then the explosion was because of the Monokuma bomb.
So how to get from the gym to there?
Anyway, the culprit's motive is becoming more and more obvious by the minute. They wanted the knife wound to look like the fatal injury so that we'd suspect Makoto. And the only one who would benefit from that is the only other possible suspect. You, Kyoko.
Kyoko, why are you also suspecting me?
Hold on a second, Byakuya.
What's the problem?
I don't think it's her either.
Well, I just feel like we need to think this through. We still don't know what actually killed the victim.
I don't know what Kyoko's playing at here, but I'm guessing it's some kind of way for her to try and get at the true culprit somehow.
That's true. It's definitely bugging me. What really killed her?
Fine. I have no problem with that. Let us continue the debate.
It was some sort of blunt object.
It won't change the facts of the case regardless.
We need to determine what ultimately killed the victim. I need to concentrate. Make your argument. Monokuma file number 5.
Then,
Also struck with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old? Wait! What? Several days? What do you mean, days? Just now occurs to me it's saying days. What?
the victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
The explosion didn't kill her for sure. I guess.
Well, yeah. She was already totally dead when that happened.
And it wasn't because of the knife, right? And then there's only one other thing.
Oh, yeah. According to the Monokuma file, that's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
Hey, what?
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body.
The knife was a cover-up, and all those other wounds on her body weren't fresh. Which only leaves...
Then, shall we continue the debate?
I think I have
The
to...
victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
The explosion didn't kill her for sure.
I was hitting the pink!
Well, yeah. She was already totally dead when that happened.
And it wasn't because of the knife, right? And then there's only one other thing.
Oh, yeah. According to the Monokuma file, that's gotta be it.
There was evidence that showed she was
Damn it.
hit on the back of her
I had a
head.
feeling it wasn't that, but...
Shoot!
Then, shall we continue the debate?
The victim's fatal...
The explosion didn't kill...
Well, yeah.
And it wasn't...
Oh, yeah. That's gotta be it.
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body.
Damn it! I'm stupid!
Shoot!
Then, shall we continue the debate?
The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined.
The explosion didn't kill her for sure. I guess.
Well, yeah.
Dead before the blast.
And it wasn't even...
Oh yeah! That's gotta be it! And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body.
The knife was a cover-up, and all those other wounds in her body weren't fresh. The victim's fatal injury has yet to be confirmed. Yes? Explosion didn't kill her for sure. It wasn't because of the knife.
Then shall we continue the victim's fatal...
The explosion didn't kill...
Well, yeah.
And it wasn't even...
Oh yeah.
According... That's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body. Then shall we continue the debate? The victim's
Fatal injury has...
Okay.
Mukuro died because of the blow to the back of the head she suffered.
I'm thinking if maybe I should just go back and get the health back. Nah, you know what? We'll do a compromise. Extra save file. Just in case it gets bad enough to where I need to go back and get all my health back.
What about the wounds all over the rest of her body? They didn't have anything to do with it?
Several days old.
The Monokuma file makes it clear that those weren't fresh wounds.
Oh yeah, good point. If they were old, I guess they don't really matter.
Thank you, Hagakure.
Okay, then we're safe in assuming the blow to the back of her head is what killed her.
But then... what was the murder weapon?
The Monokuma file says she was hit with a blunt object, about as thick as a metal pipe.
Metal pipe. Oh. Huh. There might be something.
Oh, I bet it was the pickaxe.
Oh.
How is that even possible? If you hit someone with that, it'd cave their skull in completely.
Well, maybe they held it the other way and hit her with the handle.
Do you realize how awkward that would be?
No way! The balance would be all off. You wouldn't be able to swing it with any kind of power. I wouldn't mind testing it on you if you want.
Save your murderous tendencies for another time, please.
No thanks. I bet you just hit me with the metal end and call it an accident.
You wouldn't be able to call it anything. You'd be dead.
Just scoop out that nasty brain of yours, throw it on the ground, and spit on it.
Okay, thank you, you two.
I feel the same way. Looks like we're on the same page this time.
Could you both stop it?
Seriously?
We want to figure out what killed her, right? It just so happens we already know.
We already know? I knew we could count on you, Master.
The only thing that adds up is the arrow, and that it had to have been covered in tape in order to help. Oh, something doesn't add up.
So what was it?
Go ahead and tell them, Makoto. Surely you've deduced the real murder weapon?
Byakuya, could you please just do your damn job for once in a while? Why do you keep throwing it to me? Real murder weapon has to be the titanium arrows.
I got it! Mukuro was hit in the back of the head with something.
It's like a
And that's
Pokemon.
what killed her. And that something was the titanium arrow we found in the locker in the dojo.
Truth bullet.
Arrow. That's what the culprit attacked Mukuro with?
This is weird. A lot of this evidence is pointing towards Kyoko being the murderer, but that doesn't make... I don't think she killed.
Indeed, there's no doubt about it.
Are you sure? That sounds kind of weird.
Hey! How dare you backtalk, Master? You have no right!
I'm not back-talking anything. I'm just saying what I think.
I don't blame Hima for downing it, because there's one more thing about that weapon. One more secret. Is it gonna be the tape? Bloody duct tape, yep. Thank you. I'll take that. I still only get one shot!
It was in the dojo locker, right? I have no doubt that was the murder weapon.
Are you sure?
You don't sound convinced. What's the problem?
Well, because in the Monokuma file, it said the weapon must have been about as thick as a metal pipe, right? It seems like an arrow would just be too thin.
Talking back to Master! You have no right!
Now's not the time. If it was just that titanium arrow, it wouldn't nearly be thick enough.
The titanium arrow. It was in the dojo locker, right? I have no doubt that was the murder weapon.
Is what...
Are you sure?
You don't sound
Because in the Monokuma, it said the weapon must have been about as thick. It seems like an arrow would just be too...
No, that's wrong.
What if you took a bunch of those arrows and then used duct tape on all of them, and like duct tape them all together?
You're right. Just the one arrow would have been too weak. That's why the killer used another weapon.
Another weapon?
Duct tape.
Inside the dojo locker, we also found a balled-up wad of duct tape. The killer probably uses duct tape to bind multiple arrows together. Bundling them together using the duct tape would easily create a single weapon as thick as a pipe. And that's exactly what the killer did.
It's similar to Aesop's fable about the bundle of sticks.
Thank you.
One stick is weak, but put them together, and they become strong. It's meant to teach cooperation.
Thanks.
Damn, that's harsh.
How is it harsh? Are you even listening?
I'm about to say, what?
Anyway, that explains the murder weapon. As for who the culprit is that stashed the weapon in the dojo locker, it was you, Kyoko.
I've never been to the dojo.
Oh no, you absolutely have.
Unfortunately, there is evidence to corroborate that.
How can you say that with such confidence?
Because we have proof, of course. Don't we, Makoto?
You keep throwing everything to me, Byakuya.
What's the matter? Surely you don't intend to protect a murderer. You know what will happen if you do, don't you? If you cover for the culprit, there's only one thing that can lead to the death of us all. Remember?
Of course I remember.
I don't think she's the killer, though.
Show us. Show everyone the evidence that proves Kyoko went to the dojo.
Yeah.
I got it! The one thing that proves Kyoko was in the dojo is right here. The key to the dojo locker.
And how does that prove anything?
It was in your room.
Because I found it in your room.
It was in my room?
Don't bother trying to play dumb. That key is just the final piece of the puzzle.
No.
Your non-existent alibi, your clear motive, your attempts to frame Makoto for the crime. This all proves that you are the true culprit. You can't explain this away, so just give up.
I know Byakuya's right.
Hold on a second.
Not this again. You really are dead set on defending her,
There's
aren't you?
gotta be something.
No, it's not that I want to defend her. It's just there's one more thing I need to ask her. Kyoko, I want you to tell me something.
Why were you in my
Last
room?
night, you were in my room, weren't you? Why? What were you doing there? That's what I need to know.
I was just protecting you.
Huh?
What?
She was protecting me. Does that mean she knew I was being attacked? And she came to my rescue. Could that be when... Which would mean that Kyoko... She killed someone for me.
That's enough. The time for idle chatter is over. A verdict is close at hand.
No.
Wait. I'm warning you. Don't make this mistake. I'm not the killer.
I knew you were stubborn, but this is just getting ridiculous.
Byakuya, wait.
Really? But you should know better than anyone I didn't do it. Can you tell me I'm wrong?
I should know.
What? Byakuya should know better than anyone. The key. The key, the key. But at the same time, well...
Those words you just spoke.
Exactly what I said. I'm not the killer. You should understand that more than anyone here.
Byakuya, what are you hiding?
Master would never hide something from me!
There's proof that you aren't the culprit. Is that what you're saying?
You stated a theory earlier. You said I hid the evidence of my crime in the dojo locker, and then left the locker key in my own room, correct? But could I really have done that?
No. Wait, Kyoko gave her room key to Byakuya, right? What you mean? Just to confirm something, the only truth bullet I'm getting right now, when the body was found, okay, so it has to be should understand more than anyone here. Byakuya, what are you hiding? Master would never hide anything from me. There's proof that... There's proof...
Those words you just spoke.
Exactly. I'm not, but you should understand.
Byakuya,
Master would never.
there's proof that you... Is that what you're...
You stated a theory. You said I hid the evidence of my... and then left the locker key in my own room.
Correct, but could I really have done that?
Those words you just...
Exactly. I'm not, but you should understand.
Byakuya,
Master would never.
there's proof that you...
Aren't the culprit.
There you go. Woo!
No, that's wrong.
Get intense here.
If I'm right, Kyoko wouldn't have been able to get into her room.
What worries me is that I know this in and of itself can be disproven because of Kyoko's account. Oh, Monokuma's secret tool, which grants access to any room in the school. Oh.
Huh? Why not?
Because she had given her room key to Byakuya.
Did she actually kill?
I see. So that's what you meant. And if I had the key to your room...
Then obviously I had no way of getting in. Without my room key, I couldn't have possibly put the locker key in there myself. Am I wrong?
I'm worried Monokuma's gonna start talking.
It would appear not.
Then you're finally starting to understand.
No. That's not actually true. There's a clear contradiction in what Kyoko just told us. An obvious lie. But this just isn't like her. Try and save herself with such a desperate lie. Does she really feel that threatened? Because she's the killer? Or is it something else? Is there some deeper meaning in what Kyoko said earlier? If you vote for me and I die here, the mystery of the school will stay hidden forever. Which is why I can't let that happen. This is a trap the Mastermind has laid for us. The Mastermind's trap. The Mastermind's trying to trap Kyoko. But what if it's not really true? What can I do? What should I do? What should I do? Mastermind's trap. The victim was Mukuro, and Kyoko killed her. What does Kyoko really know? What am I supposed to do? Kyoko's lie. I'm the only one who knows it's a lie. I'm the only one who can expose it. But who can I trust? What am I supposed to do? The Mastermind's trap. If you spend all your time trying to avoid danger, you'll never move forward. We know the danger. If that risk means solving the mystery, we have no choice. Am I wrong? What do I do? I have to decide right here and now whether or not to expose Kyoko's lie. I'm getting out of here! I'm getting out of here! The culprit's trap. I'm probably running right into it! I've made my decision. I have to believe in Kyoko. There's no way she would kill someone. There has to be some secret here. Something that has to do with the Mastermind's trap that Kyoko mentioned.
Well, does no one have a rebuttal? Have you decided to accept her assertion as fact? I see. So you still refuse to accept it. I suppose we have to admit that Kyoko didn't put the locker key in her room. That it was someone else.
But who else could it have been?
I mean, Byakuya had a room key, right?
I don't... Obviously, Byakuya isn't the killer.
What are you trying to imply?
But of course, I have an alibi. From nighttime on, I was with you guys the entire time. I couldn't possibly have killed anyone, or put the key in Kyoko's room.
Well, someone had to put the key in there.
There's only one other possibility I can think of. Someone could have had the key on them, then once they arrived at the scene, pretended to find it there.
What?
It had to be Makoto, right?
I don't see any other option.
Wait a second. You've got it all wrong. Let's think about it one more time. There's gotta be a hidden side to this case.
Huh? A hidden side?
First of all, there's something off about this entire trial. You all see it, don't you? Lucaro, who we didn't even know existed, suddenly shows up dead. And then we're thrown into a trial. And Kyoko even said, it's a trap the mastermind set for us. So that's why this has to be...
Okay, time's up!
What do you mean?
Huh?
There's never been a time!
Time's up! Class trial's all over! Everyone can stop talking now!
What? Time's up?
What do you mean time's up? There's no time's up. Since when have we...
It's because you were late, so we had to push back the start time.
What?
So then, it's time for voting time, okay? Everyone, please vote using the lever in front of you!
What do you mean?
Voting time?
Huh? But... What? Did I do the right thing? Question mark? I don't even know if I did the right thing. Well... This is bad.
Now, who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
I'm dead, aren't I?
Hey, hold on!
What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Please! Help me! It's gonna be me. Hey, guys. You think I'm the killer? Sorry, man.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. It's all your fault.
Everyone, you're wrong. Got it all wrong. I didn't do it.
Yes, indeed.
Good job, everyone.
Good job.
Yep.
They got it right.
What? No, I know that's not true. None of this makes any sense. This whole trial doesn't make any sense.
Hey!
Makes perfect sense.
Shing!
The same as always. It's just like all the other class trials, and I'm gonna end the same way.
Thrills, chills, kills!
Time for your heart-pounding, positively thrilling punishment.
Wait, why do I... Kyoko!
I don't expect you to forgive me. I know this is all my fault.
Kyoko?
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
I trusted you! I fucking trusted you! Oh, great. I think it's trigger Happy Havoc. No, it's not the end. There's no way. After school lesson. Well, I guess I got a bad end. Am I actually supposed to just betray her trust? Look! Alter Ego! Thank you! Oh! Alter Ego! Thank you! Oh! See you later, Bear! Oh! Ah.
Huh? Huh? What's this? What's going on? Hey, what's that?
Yeah, it had to be. Alter Ego.
Alter Ego? Is this some kind of stupid virus from that stupid guy? He must have planted it when he invaded my network. Damn it all to hell, I don't believe this.
It would seem...
Seems you finally made a miscalculation. No, you miscalculated from the very beginning.
What the
What was that?
In other
What I'm
words,
saying is you shouldn't have underestimated us.
Why are you talking like you've already won? I barely felt a thing. It was a pinch. An itch. That stupid fire is gone now. Got it? And so is Makoto. Maybe I didn't get a smash and flat, but you're never gonna see him again. To waste away in a garbage-strewn pit. In a way, that's an even better special punishment. That's still not enough. I'm not satisfied. I'm still gonna bring despair to the rest of you. Bring despair to the entire world.
Is he gone?
Hey, Kyoko, what's the meaning of all this? Just what the hell is going on?
calm down.
It's okay. We're not the ones being trapped this time. Huh?
In other words...
Now it's the mastermind that's ensnared.
What
What are you talking about?
So...
You'll understand soon enough. Very soon indeed. The massive high school towers over all the other buildings in this bustling urban area. Like the school stands at the center of the entire world. What? Hope's Peak Academy. It brings in top students from every field imaginable. A government-funded school of privilege. They say that if you come here and manage to graduate, you'll be set for life. With hundreds of years of tradition, it sends the cream of the crop into the workforce every year. It was built to raise hope in the nation's future, which makes Hope's Peak a pretty fitting name. What is going on? There are two things you need to attend this school. One, you have to already be attending high school. Two, you have to be the very best at what you do. No ordinary student could enroll here. The only way in is if you're scouted by the school itself. And standing there at the gate of the ultimate school, filled with the ultimate students, was me. Huh? Where am I? Where am I? I woke up with my head resting on top of a hard wooden desk. My body felt heavy. It wouldn't be weird for me to zonk off in the middle of some boring class or whatever, but what was I doing asleep just now? It wasn't any classroom I'd ever been in before. What the heck's going on? Finally. I finally feel my mind and body start to come back together again. And then I was awake. Hey, wait a minute. I noticed that Monokuma thing on the right, and I thought it looked familiar for some reason. I think I do recognize that. I think that's the, at the beginning of the game, there was like some mystery person that was like shot off in a rocket or whatever, and then their skull was like dropped or something. I think that's, isn't that the rocket? The intro execution. Yeah, I thought so. I was about to say, that looked kind of familiar the way it was like I see the weird lines that look like a door at the bottom. Huh. Why is that here? Or was this just another dream? A dream inside a hopeless nightmare. No, this isn't a dream. I could tell because the stench invading my nostrils was too powerful for a dream. What an awful smell. I was in a vast, dark cavern, with the barest hint of light seeping in. Trash was piled high across the area. This must be some kind of underground garbage pit. A heck of a situation to find myself in. That was just the beginning of my problems. Was I going to be stuck in there until I wasted away and died? No, I can't let that happen. Not after what my good friend went through to save me. I remembered all too well what had happened. Alter Ego had saved me, and he used up the last little bit of his strength to do it. So I can't give up now. For myself and for my friend. With that, my pursuit of survival began. First stop was to start looking for a way out of there. Hello. That's a rocket and a tank. I better not think too much about what I'm seeing down here. Oh. Tank. Planes. Army. Huh. This is a desk. It's probably the one that fell down with me. Makes me think of the whole ultimate soldier thing again. Is that an airplane? How'd something like that wind up in the school's garbage pit? Let's get out of here. Never mind. It's locked. No matter how many times I pushed or pulled or kicked at it, it didn't budge. Getting out of here isn't going to be that easy. Well, if I'm not getting out anytime soon, I decided to look around for some food. There's plenty of food here, but it's all rotten. That was pointless too. Next, I search for some water. How can I be sure which liquids I can drink and which ones are all around bad idea? Again, pointless. I feel like I'm blocked in on all sides. That's still not enough reason to give up, because I'm still alive. As long as I'm alive, I'll never give up. Congrats of having survived this far. Fall damage doesn't exist if it happens off screen. Actually, I was gonna say the rocket execution doesn't make sense in that case, but then again, nothing in this game makes sense. You know what? Let's just go with that. After making that proud declaration, the next thing I decided to do was go to sleep. My sleep was deep and uninterrupted. That was my only way to preserve what little strength I had left. After not being able to eat or drink. Didn't the rocket crash on screen? I guess, yeah. I guess the impact probably would have killed. It's just, it didn't, like, explode or anything. It's just, it crashed down. The only thing that was different when it crashed, I'm pretty sure, was the corpse being turned into bones. All I did was sleep and sleep. It was like I was waiting for some kind of sign to come falling out of the sky. However, what fell from the sky wasn't a sign. Not exactly. Ow! What the? Strange sound pierced my silent isolation, jarring me awake. As I watched, the pile of garbage jostled and formed an odd shape. Did something fall down here? Something fell from up above. What could it have been? Garbage. Did a giant piece of trash just fall down here? Carefully stretched my hand out toward whatever it was that had tumbled down here.
Just a second.
Did you guys seriously? Before she even emerged from the pile of garbage, I knew who it was.
It smells awful.
Thank you, Kyoko. Kyoko, also.
Indeed.
You look like you're doing better than I expected. What are you doing here? Also, could you take the cup noodles off your head?
So...
Isn't it obvious? I'm here to help you. I'm glad to hear that, Kyoko. You've got a bit of garbage in your hair. She gave her head a quick, sharp shake to get rid of the trash, then faced me again.
Hey.
First, I have something for you. Go ahead and eat it. We can talk once you're finished. Thanks! Thank you. I snatched the bread and water that she was holding out for me. Within seconds, it was in my mouth and making its way toward my stomach. Whew! I really hit the spot. I've got all the energy I need to keep going. So you still haven't given up, then? Of course not. After all, the fact that I can keep going forward is about all I'm good at.
Hmm?
Well, that's not such a bad thing to be good at. Are the rest of the garbage bags the others? After seeing Kyoko peer out of the garbage, I was half expecting to see the rest of them just pop out. But Kyoko, why'd you come to rescue me?
So...
Pay a debt. Or, no. To atone. Atone?
You...
During the trial, even though you knew I was lying, you didn't say anything. So you knew that I knew.
Indeed.
But even though I knew, I did nothing to help you. I abandoned you. Don't say that. You didn't abandon me. You literally jumped it. You fell down the trash chute with me. We're in this together at this point. No, that's exactly what I did. I abandoned you in order to save my own life. You were trying to save me, and I couldn't bring myself to do the same for you.
However...
Listen,
not that I'm trying to make excuses, but there was a reason that I had to survive no matter the cost.
Why'd you have to survive?
It's true.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you everything. The reason I have to survive
In other
is
words,
so that I can do what I came to this school to do.
What?
I made up my mind to come to Hope's Peak Academy for one very important reason.
So you have some reason for coming to Hope's Peak?
indeed.
That's right. At least I did once.
Once?
Until recently, I'd forgotten what it was. You forgot, but that's
amnesia.
I had no memory of what my purpose was.
No memory? That's impossible.
Amnesia?
Is it really true? You lost your memory.
Makoto.
Do you remember, Makoto? Do you remember the first thing that happened to each of us as soon as we arrived at the school?
First thing? You're talking about when we fainted, right? I fainted, and when I woke up, I was trapped here.
That's right.
I fainted too. And when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself. A disconnect.
It would seem...
Thinking back on it now, at that point my memory was gone. At that time, I'd forgotten. I couldn't remember why I'd come to this school, and I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was.
What would make you forget all that?
Hey.
Check the alternate ending for the trial, by the way. I guess I figured there would have been an alternate. Tell you what, I'm going to assume that there's probably going to be one more chapter, and we're probably going to hit the, like, chapter thing soon. So, once, like, when it says, like, save because you ended the chapter, once it goes to that and I properly save, I'll go back and I'll see what happens if I chose Kyoko. No. Are you saying you think you lost your memory because...
Indeed.
I don't think. I'm positive it's the work of the mastermind. They stole my memory.
But why would they want to do that?
There's only one reason I can come up with. Because of my purpose and my ability. Somehow they would interfere with the mastermind's plans.
So the mastermind just stole them from you.
However...
And it could also mean, somehow my memories may be connected to the mystery of the school and the mastermind. Which is why I have to get them back. That's why I've been investigating things by myself this whole time.
If what you say is true, then why didn't you ask the rest of us to help you?
Why is that?
If I did that, and we all worked as one, the mastermind would have noticed us right away. Plus, there's always a chance that the mastermind is always actually one of us.
What? Correct.
Well, don't make too big of a deal of it. It's just a possibility. But since it is a possibility, we can't ignore it, right?
Mastermind? One of us? Hagakure, no. If she believed that, then of course she couldn't trust anyone around her. In which case, it only makes sense that she would look into her missing memory by herself.
However...
That being said, there was a limit to what I could do by myself, which is why I asked you to help me.
But why me?
Because among everyone, you were least likely to be the mastermind. That was just intuition, but...
I see. Your intuition was right, though. There's no way an ordinary kid like me could have been the mastermind.
I understand. I should understand everything. My goal isn't to get out of here. It's to stay here.
It's just like the dream I had before, but... Why did that just happen?
Listen.
Are you okay?
Oh, yeah, it's nothing. It is nothing, right?
Hey.
Even now, I still trust you, you know? It's just, I'm not used to relying on others.
Correct.
I know I never asked you for help the right way, so I understand if you're not convinced.
Of course, Hagakure is the biggest mastermind. The workings of his mind are too complex to understand. Honestly, I was convinced. I think that's just her personality. So, what now, Kyoko? You said you had a reason for doing all that, so how'd it turn out? Were you able to remember anything?
So...
I think there's still a lot I don't remember, but at the very least, I was finally able to recall my purpose and my ability.
You mentioned your ability.
My ability, what everyone should have known me for. I'm the ultimate detective. Yeah, I'm not too terribly surprised. The
The ultimate detective?
Correct.
And the reason I came to Hope's Peak Academy, there was someone I had to find here in the school.
You had to find someone? Who?
So...
Well, it was the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy.
Headmaster? Why did you want to find the headmaster?
Because he's my father.
Oh! Really? What?
In other words...
I was separated from him as a child. As it turns out, he became the headmaster of Hope's Peak.
Kyoko's dad is Hope's Peak's headmaster? And that explains when Alter Ego told us about how he thought the headmaster was involved. That's why.
I'll find a way.
Huh?
No matter what it takes, I will find the headmaster.
No matter what?
So,
Kyoko, what's going on?
That's why.
My memory hadn't come back at that point, but when he said that, I felt strange. It makes perfect sense now, of course, since my whole purpose was coming here to find him.
That makes sense.
However...
But listen, Makoto, I want to make this perfectly clear so there's no misunderstanding. I said the headmaster wasn't the mastermind, but I didn't say that to protect him. I only said what I felt based on what I'd seen when I snuck into the headmaster's room.
Then what'd you see in there?
So...
The room had been ransacked. The shelves were a mess. The desk drawers were dumped on the floor. The only conclusion is that someone who didn't know where anything was had been in there.
You mean the mastermind, right?
It's true.
That was my assumption, yes. And to confirm my suspicion, I decided to investigate the second floor of the dorms using the key I'd found.
But why there?
Because I also found this in the headmaster's room.
Is this some kind of map?
Indeed.
It's a layout of the entirety of Hope's Peak Academy. I found it in the headmaster's room, along with Mukuro's profile and that key. The map showed that the second floor was home to a number of rooms meant for faculty use. Some of the staff must have had to stay overnight for some time. And I figured the headmaster would have had some kind of private room there. I assumed that if that were true, the room would have likely hold more clues. So I went to check.
Correct.
And that's when I finally remembered. I remembered that my purpose was to find the owner of that room.
So you went there to see if the headmaster really did have a private room there. I need to take a drink of water. Alright.
However...
But once I got there, I noticed that the second floor of the dorms didn't have any cameras or monitors.
So what was it like? That part of the school, I mean.
It's hard to describe. All I can say is... The moment I saw it, I realized... Whatever's going on in the school is more horrific than we ever imagined.
What do you mean?
So...
I can't explain it. You need to see it for yourself, and I'm sure you'll get your chance soon enough.
Sounds like it must be important. Really ominous.
However...
Of course, once I got to the second floor, which is why I had no idea what was going on in the rest of the building.
It has to do with Mukuro Ikusaba, right? Doesn't it?
However...
Just to be perfectly clear, I didn't kill her. And I know it wasn't you either.
I know you're right, but that just means everyone but you and me had an alibi, so then who did kill her?
Anyway...
What I can say for sure is that the mastermind is directly involved. To begin with, the point of the class trial of Mukuro Ikusaba was to get me killed.
I had a feeling. Get you killed.
Indeed.
I stole that key and disappeared, and in retaliation, they wanted to draw me out and eliminate me.
Correct.
That was the point of the class trial.
But I see now. The reason that they decided to change it to be me as the killer is because I threw everything out of whack. It was. The mastermind knew they couldn't interfere directly. The only way they could interfere was by choosing who the killer was. You mean because of the school regulations? I see.
That's right.
Exactly.
With minimal restrictions, you are free to explore Hope's Peak Academy at your discretion. Yeah. That includes those locked rooms, or the rooms that technically are locked, but, I mean, if you get in fairly without breaking any other rule, then fair's fair.
In other words...
The mastermind is adamant about following the rules, and with that rule in place, they couldn't step in. Since they couldn't kill me themselves, they tried to do it using the class trial.
The mastermind couldn't step in because of the rules. It makes it sound like the mastermind themselves is somehow bound by the school regulations.
Hey,
There's one other thing I'd like to point out about the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba.
What's that?
There's a point where Mukuro may have not become the victim. It could have been you, Makoto.
What do you mean? I could have become the victim?
indeed.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Right! Yeah! You mean... yeah!
During the night.
So that's what it was.
I can hear them, you know? Footsteps of the god of death.
That's terrifying. What? What?
I can hear the god of death as he moves. That ability naturally draws me into cases, just like this.
Anyway,
This is exactly what happened with you. I was in the dorms and I had some sense of dread. I looked down the stairwell, and I saw a white shadow across the corridor. I gave chase right away. As I followed it, I saw the shadow go into your room.
correct.
I ran to your room, and I saw what was happening.
I see. I see. So, the reason why... I see, okay.
I intervened immediately, of course.
However,
That wasn't the end of things, of course. I stopped them, but that led to...
That.
whoever the masked assailant was, they ended up dead.
correct.
And their murder was disguised, and the dojo key wound up in my room. It all has to be work of the mastermind in an attempt to use a class trial to eliminate me.
So all this would mean that whoever killed Mukuro is also the mastermind, right?
Indeed.
I don't have conclusive evidence, but that's what I think.
That's really bad if true. It means the mastermind can kill whoever they want if they feel like it. Wait, but doesn't that create an arc contradiction? The mastermind wanted to use the class trial to try and kill you because they couldn't interfere, right?
Correct.
You're right. That is a contradiction. And it's not just Mukuro. They need the class trial to kill me, but seemed ready to kill you in your room. Everything they did is a contradiction. So what does it all mean?
In other
It
words,
means that the mastermind is the one who's been cornered.
Huh?
Makoto.
Just a little more. A little more and I should be able to figure out the mastermind's identity. The identity of the other ultimate despair.
Other? What do you mean, other? The other ultimate despair? How many more are there?
There's no doubt that Mukuro was the ultimate despair, and that she's dead. But I don't think the ultimate despair is just one person.
You think it's two? It's not.
Indeed.
If you think about it, the ultimate despair seems to implicate whoever caused that event.
You're talking about...
That's right.
What happened a year ago. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history.
tragedy. Whoever's responsible for that. They're the ultimate despair?
It would seem...
A despicable group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. Then they're...
Indeed.
Make no mistake. They're the root of all the evil that's forced us to go through this. That is the ultimate despair. And that is our real enemy.
100-mile dash, pain of a junk food junkie. The end. Okay. The Dream Island Rocket. Okay, so that's what that thing's called. Okay. Let's go ahead and save it. And then, I was gonna end there, but... why not? We still got some time. What do you mean? Just continue. Run away again! Alright. Pursue the lie.
There was a lie hidden within Kyoko's statement just now.
Sorry, Kyoko.
A lie?
Isn't that right, Kyoko?
You said it. The burden of proof is on you. So let's hear it. Where's this lie, then?
Kyoko's definitely lying, and it must be because there's some other deeper truth she wants to keep hidden. This doesn't feel right at all.
I didn't have the key to my room because I'd given it to Byakuya. There's no doubt about that, right?
You are correct.
so I couldn't possibly have gotten into my room.
Alright.
No, that's wrong.
Yippee! I've ruined everything!
No. Kyoko could have gotten into her room. You said so yourself. Didn't you, Kyoko?
Yippee!
Actually, to be precise, not quite. I used Monokuma's secret tool, which can open any lock in the school.
What?
Monokuma's secret tool?
Monokuma!
Kyoko stole it from the headmaster's room. It lets you get into any room in the school.
Yippee!
Which means she could have used it to get into her own room.
Then I guess that's it.
You're giving up just like that? You admit to killing—
No, I'm simply recognizing that I lost.
Hip hip hooray!
What are you talking about?
Like I said, this was a trap, and I wasn't able to escape it, so I lost. That's all this means.
Huh? Then, are you saying you really didn't, Kyoko? You really aren't the killer?
Okay, time's up!
Huh?
I'm sorry to say, but your time is up!
Hooray for
All
Mako's
done, all
snitching.
finished! The class—
But that's ridiculous!
It's because you were late, so the trial started late.
Oh, now
and
it's
time
my
ran
fault!
out.
Great, that's actually
So
funny.
then, it's time for voting time. But
Yes,
I guess
yes.
we are.
Thank you, Bear. That's actually funny. That's my fault this time, not Kyoko's. Yippee! I get the strangest feeling that All Trio is not going to actually be able to save us this time.
Good job. You got right. Brilliantly right.
We got it right. Does that mean Kyoko really is the killer? But something strange is going on here. There's something wrong with this whole class trial. Why wouldn't All Trio be able to save Kyoko? I have no idea. I just have the strangest suspicion that the Alter Ego's not going to be able to get that power through. Kyoko!
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment.
It's time. Is everyone ready? Okay then.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time.
Bye, Kyoko! Bye, Kyoko! Yippee! Kyoko has been found guilty. Time for the punishment. Bye, Kyoko! Wait, what? What? Okay, that's interesting. It's the exact same punishment. I guess that has to... I guess that kind of makes sense in some degree. Considering they have to use... I guess it's just prepared ahead of time. Sorry, Kyoko. You only had one punishment ready, I guess. Yeah.
Listen, my budget. And listen, I had to cut costs here and there. Okay. The budget only let me make one in advance. Hey, if it gets the people happy about the killings, then whatever. It doesn't matter.
Crunch. 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 Sure, it's still impressive he can get them ready in the time from the merge to the end of the trial. I guess that's true. And that's how the class trial of Mukuro Ikusaba came to an end. I still had to wonder whether Kyoko was actually innocent, or... Regardless, the truth was lost forever. Even for me. I just stopped thinking about it. That was the end of Mukuro's class trial. In the end, it would prove to be our last class trial. Once that case was over, there was never a single murder at Hope Peak ever again. We had obtained peace in exchange for the lives of all the others. Hooray! I swear to God. End this. Hope, hope, hope. This is hope. This is a nightmare.
No! This isn't right!
What? Huh?
Makoto, why are you staring off into space? Don't you have a rebuttal for Kyoko's claim?
Oh! Wait! What? Her claim? Oh, that's right. I have to. Right? What? What? Okay, that's funny. The fact that it just goes straight. That's actually kind of surprising me. I was fully expecting it was just gonna send me back to the main menu. I did not expect to just be like, hey, run away again. All right, hang on. Let's go ahead and just load back up to the... So, we're going to go ahead and end here for today. I would continue, but I think, considering that, at least we know that ending is the 30% possible future. I swear to God, Coach Cho'll look a lot like him. Also, I did notice that Genocide Jack and Toko or whatever were just like being a portrait held by Byakuya, which is, I don't know when she died, I guess. But anyways, I'll probably try and finish up the game next time. So maybe Toko took a picture, maybe. Okay. Anyways, though, I'll probably finish up the game next stream, probably, and then after that, we'll start on Danganronpa 2, because I have that available, so why not? But yeah, I think that's gonna go ahead and be where I end it for today. Thank you all so much for watching, hope you enjoyed, and hope to see you all later. Peace.